Revival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it, yo, a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? And I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
What's up, everybody? BTM is back in the new year, 2021. Happy New Year, Zach. What's up?
Fucking retardation.
Ringing it in right.
Exactly.
Ringing the Revival House Network output in right with January's BTM exploitation, if you will. Zach, I'm going to let you do the honors and telling people what I convinced you to do.
I'm going to let you do the honors. You do it.
Oh, okay. Well, Zach bent over and allowed me to do Van Damme. What are we calling it? Jean-Claude January? I don't know what you call it, but it's basically a month of Van Damage. So what were you going to say? What are you going to call me out?
It's basically autism exploitation. And if you listen closely, you could hear 5,000 people fucking clicking out of the video after you explain what we're doing.
All right. Well, before we get going into our first film of the month, which is the Van Damme classic Lionheart, I want to remind everybody to take 2 seconds if you're new to the channel to stop and just like the video. If you do like it, Zach is of the mind that none of you like it and you're all clicking out. But if you still are here, like the video. That's going to help us out in the algorithm.
Like the video before you click out.
Like the video first. Or dislike it or whatever they do. Thumbs down, is that what they do on YouTube? And definitely subscribe to us if you aren't already. And make sure to follow us on free feeds and all that good shit. Anyway, so Lionheart, I'll preface by saying that if we were just doing 4 movies in a month, which is what we do, choosing those 4 movies is kind of tough when it comes to Van Damme because it begs the question, well, do we just do his really good movies? Because he clearly had an era where he shined and he had some classics.
He doesn't have good movies.
Listen, this is debatable. I believe he does. I could just sit there and cherry pick 4 of his fucking best movies from his strong era and that be it. Or he's got some movies too that are just terrible that I just don't want to touch, but he's got some bad movies that are fucking hilarious that would be great for commentaries, and they're bad in a good way. So I still don't know what we're doing. It'd be so easy just to do the classics, to do Lionheart, which is one of my favorites, by the way, and then just follow it up with, do the Kickboxers, the Blood Sports, and the Time Cop, even though I'm not the biggest Time Cop fan. I know that's one of the fan favorites, but I'm kind of tempted to mix it up a little bit. It's like, do we throw in another classic, and do we do something like Street Fighter, which is just fucking a wonderful train wreck that has our boy Andrew Benarski in it too, and all kinds of fucking people. It's got Enchilada Man and fucking Joanna Man, whatever his name is, Miguel. What's his fucking name? Miguel Nunez Jr. It's got a lot of people. Do we do something like Sudden Death, which is the Die Hard ripoff, which is in its own way?
Let's just start this shit so it ends faster.
Oh, all right. Well, anyway, let us know how we should traject the month and how we do these movies. But anyway, we're starting out with Lionheart, which is a good one. Okay, so Zach wants to get it going. We are watching this on Amazon Prime for anybody that wants to follow along. And be wary, there are like a bunch of versions on Amazon Prime, because with a lot of Van Damme movies, depending on the territory, they got a million fucking names. Like I think the other one in Europe is like Wrong Bet, which he says it in the movie, and so you might see that on Amazon Prime. But we're watching Lionheart.
Wrong Bet,
yeah. Anyway, on the count of 3, 2, 1, play.
It's funny that we're pretending like Lionheart is a better title, even though, like, why does he get that nickname? No fucking reason. He just shows up to fight one time.
Yeah, his name's Leon.
And they just call him Lion.
Well, his name's Leon, and it's like, Leon, what the fuck is Leon? He's like, and Joshua just gets that idea. Lion! Who wants to fuck with a lion? That's
ironically, that's the best character in the movie, too.
Yeah, Joshua's awesome. And, at the end of the movie, he goes, you got hot, Lionheart. Don't ever lose it. You never get it back.
See, that's them trying hard to like fucking make this name stick.
Make it work.
But it doesn't.
I guess I feel that, but who cares? I mean, do you remember the fucking name of his character in Kickboxer?
Who does care? Because as soon as you watch this movie, it's out of your brain.
No, it's not cum brain. It's not that easy. This movie stuck with me forever. I like it. And
like flies on shit.
It's got our boy Brian Thompson in it. You might know him as Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Amazing.
Or you might not. Let's see here.
Fucking Annihilation's better than this movie.
It's got one of the guys that I think Sheldon Lettich, I think one of the guys that brought us fucking Pulp Fiction, that helped Pulp Fiction get off the ground and basically helped launch Quentin Tarantino's career. It's the guy with the ponytail during that one first underground fight where he's like, I could kick this guy's ass.
Oh, listen.
I know. This is Sugar.
We got lounge music playing. We got this bootleg fucking Tom Waits here. Is he the star of this movie? I hope.
He kind of looks like bootleg Steven Dorff too. So the general setup here is Van Damme, not for the first time in his career, he plays a guy that's in the French Legion, right? This is his brother who lives stateside in New York. He's got a bad drug problem. And we're opening up here with a bad drug deal. It's going to go awry here in a second. He just tasted it. And he's like, this is sugar. And they're like, they're about to light him up. Now, it's funny, though, that to justify these action stars that can't lose their accent for a role, and to kind of bring a little continuity to it, they always have to do shit like this, where they clearly gave his brother this weird overdubbed shitty French accent that was terrible, and it wasn't even like a real French guy doing it. This is sugar.
Look at that! Like that fucking burn suit was amazing, top notch. He got real thick all of a sudden.
Yeah,
you gotta love that.
The last thing he's gonna yell in his dying breath isn't, "Hey, I want to see my daughter or my wife there." I'm gonna yell my brother's name because maybe he'll hear me. What? And then he does. It's like they feel each other.
That's stupid. See, that's so dumb. I thought he was yelling his wife's name. I thought his wife's name is Lion. He says it real weird, like they're trying to make it sound like he's saying lion or something.
Lion. And what's her name? That's the little girl from, well, she's now a voice actor. She plays the main chick in Last of Us, but she was on Growing Pains, right?
Well, she has to do voice acting because no one would hire her after this movie.
Let me see here.
Yeah, see, he's like, Leo.
I know.
Leo.
Why? Yeah, is he supposed
fucking
to?
Freddy Krueger looking motherfucker.
Okay, Ashley Johnson, that's her name. Yeah, she's big in the voice acting world now, but she was on Growing Pains.
Amazing. Now we see fucking amazing Van Damme. He's working in a desert wasteland because so many of his movies take place in a shitty looking desert wasteland. And now fucking he's just hitting shit and he's getting ready to take on an entire French military base with his bare hands. Amazing. Is there anything he can't do?
And we're basically opening up the floodgates for David Capper to give us one of his comments where he talks about a movie that has the same premise over and over again, right? Exactly. This movie starring Van Damme, who escapes the French Legion to event. He's done this quite a few times in his career. He's always in the French Legion, and he has to escape the French Legion.
He writes all these scripts too. It's like he has no good ideas or something.
Hey, he wrote it with Sheldon Lettich. But no, it's funny on that note of him writing the scripts. I don't know how much he wrote. Sheldon Lettich probably does the legwork, but he's there to inject. No, I need more oiled ass shot. I need another ass shot.
According to like every other movie he did, what was that one he did with Lance Henriksen? The one that's actually kind of fun.
Oh, Hard Target.
Apparently, according to that, like he'll just show up into the editing room and take shit out. So, like, I guess they got to give him writing credit because he's technically making them fucking restructure the movie.
He's the kind of guy that has final say. And like I said, he's in the editing room or he's with Sheldon Lettich as he's like reviewing a draft or something. And he's like, I need more ass shot. I need ass shot here, please.
Yeah. Sheldon Lettich. He wrote Double Impact, Lionheart, Rambo 3, all the fucking 3 IQ fucking action movies, really. Fucking amazing. I'm looking at his filmography here.
There's not enough kick here. I need split. Where's my split? And every single movie, he's got his oiled down ass, right? He's got to show his ass like front and center. And it's all his movies, right? You have in Double Impact where he's teaching that like weird yoga class or aerobics class. And he's like, because of my acrobat and my karate and my ballet, I can do the splits. No problem. And he's like pumping his ass for the girls on the floor.
You think he loves the cock and he's like adding this shit in to like throw us off his game?
Oh, he's a little try hard. I don't know.
Exactly. He wants all the dudes to know he's got a nice ass.
Well,
Women don't give a shit about your ass. You don't fucking with your ass.
I don't know, man. Women like the fucking cake. Are you kidding? They like the cake.
They like cake.
They like the cake.
Cake farts.
I guess.
Cake farts are good.
So that guy right there, this is one of the guys that's going to be hunting him down when he escapes to America. That's Tong Po, right? The guy with the goatee there, right behind him.
Amazing.
That's the actor that played Tong Po. For some reason, he looks a lot smaller in this movie. He always looks so intimidating in Kickboxer. But anyway.
Because this time they got platform shoes on our little fucking midget pocket-sized friend here, Van Damme.
Oh, you're probably right. And, you know, the actor who plays Tong Po, he's a childhood friend of Van Damme's. I think it's one of those Kevin Smith situations where he just kind of like hooked him up.
So they're probably fucking each other.
This other dude with a little mustache there, he kind of looks like an Arab Eugene Levy or something.
You know what's funny is this is going to be fun because it doesn't matter if I like the movie or not. I'm just going to pretend like I hate it this whole month and it's going to be my shtick.
I mean, that's fun.
Fucking, it's going to be hilarious.
Well, maybe at least off the air, you'll let me know your honest opinion because it's not. This is one of my favorite Van Damme movies. I think it's really good.
I'll go ahead and say this is like a 5 out of 10. This is like fucking. I could read you the plot, and I'll go ahead and do it right now. It says an ex-French soldier begins participating in underground street fights in order to make money for his brother's family. You just watched the whole movie. We can end it right now.
So, which
there's nothing more or less.
The movie ends up kind of being a little bit of a parallel with Bloodsport, right? It kind of turns into Bloodsport, and even down to, you know, he has to fight fucking roided out Gene Simmons at the end. That's kind of like a Bola Young type guy.
Exactly.
But
see, look, he's taking on the whole French fucking army right now.
I know, it's awesome.
And he's so good. So good. It's almost like he wrote this shit or something.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, yeah, it's very self-serving too, in the fact that, like all action stars, these movies are designed to make them look so fucking good. Okay, like you said, look, I have to take down entire French Legion by myself. He's got to do it all himself, and he also has to be this fucking angel sent from God, this saint that would escape the fucking military. He would go AWOL and risk getting thrown in the hole for the rest of his life just so he could take care of his brother's brother's family, right? Widowed wife and child.
Amazing. Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? He's doing all these like Mother Teresa shit that nobody would do.
Exactly. Mother Teresa was a bitch apparently in real life.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe it is true.
Well, apparently Gandhi was a racist, so
apparently he's just doing this shit for himself, and it's just a front he's putting on.
I gotta say,
why are they wearing hats that look like pencil erasers or something?
I don't know, but I gotta say, I have this movie up way louder on my monitors than I normally do. It's like really
because you love it. You want to inject it straight into your veins.
It's amping me up. I gotta tune it down a little bit.
Fucking
yeah, like I said, he goes.
See, I watched this and I saw your rating and I was like, I can't imagine giving this a 9 out of 10.
It's one of those movies that I just grew up with it, and it's a lot of it's nostalgia, you know. So
exactly.
Oh, I'm the first to admit
look, this is a great day for Night Shot here.
Not really.
It almost looks like it's really nighttime.
What was I gonna say? So, but honestly though, what are the Van Damme movies you like? What are the top 3 Van Damme movies for you? Even if they're not exactly your favorite movies, what would you put in the top spots?
Everything I see, I think is mediocre, except for like Bloodsport. I thought it's kind of fun, but it's just because it's so dumb.
But what about Kickboxer?
It's got the memes.
Kickboxer is the most like Bloodsport, and I think Kickboxer's actually.
I've never seen that one.
See, I put Kickboxer a little ahead of Bloodsport. I think it's the cream of the crop, and they're very comparable, and they're almost they're very similar movies, to be honest with you. But Kickboxer's awesome, so we're definitely doing Kickboxer then if you've never seen it, because Kickboxer's probably his best movie in my opinion. It's the most fun. And it's got that weird cringy scene I always talk about of him first traveling to Thailand and he's taking pictures of the naked boys in the and bathing in like the fucking
Exactly.
they're like in this fucking ravine and it's just naked boys with little dicks. They show them and they're playing and then he's got his big ass fucking camera around his neck like a tourist and then he snaps their picture and then waves at him with a dorky smile like what the fuck? You just come off like a sex tourist.
He's gonna use that later.
I know. It's really awkward.
See, look, he's fucking like, he's doing all this work to get to where he wants to go. He's a fucking Mary Sue. He doesn't take or steal anything from anybody. Fucking, the one time he kind of has a flaw is like just kind of fucking later on, and they just kind of throw it out there that the only reason his brother's on drugs is because of him or something. And even that seems like, oh, it was just because you were in the wrong place at the right time. Mary Sue.
Yeah. Look, man.
Fucking beta.
All that story or lack thereof is just an excuse to get Jean-Claude point A to point B to kick an ass. That's it.
His oiled up ass in front of the camera.
Dude, I love Brian Thompson in this. I don't know why, but me and my brothers quote him all the time. Like, Joshua, my main man, how'd you find us? Like, just the weird transition of that line is so awkward from weird to serious. And he goes,
see, you remember shit that sucks about the movie. That's great.
I like it when he looks at him when they're trying to get him to fight, you know, he wants his new guy, his new prospect. Hey, get him in the fight, says Joshua. And then Brian Thompson, Shao Kahn, just kind of looks him up and down, kind of like he wants to suck his dick. And he just goes, fuck it. It's really weird.
Exactly.
Really weird.
That was him reading the script and reacting to what he had to fucking do. They just used it in the movie.
Look at this fucking patron Saint Van Damme. Saint Van Damme. Look at all this hard work and shit he's putting on the line just to help.
He's so tough and strong. He's basically fucking fueling the
that
engine room
alone
by himself. There isn't anybody else in there.
Look, the transition of him just like reading the fucking letter like by. Look, he's got a heart of stone. Look at him.
Fucking stupid. What's his motivation for helping out his brother's family? I wouldn't give a fuck.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't give a fuck.
But it is kind of.
If my sister, I would help out my sister's family. Just because I don't have a brother, I don't give a fuck. So I can say.
But you would go AWOL from the French Legion and fucking infiltrate a fucking cargo ship into America illegally and then go into an underground fight circuit to do all that?
Yeah, see, if he's from America, why is he in France and why is he in their military? Like, he's the enemy now, I guess. If you're not with us, you're against us, bro.
He's not from America. Why he's not from America?
Why does he get to America and say America like he's from America or whatever he said?
I don't. No, I think he says it just because I don't know. That's I sent you that. I messaged you that. I think it's just the hammiest part of the whole movie. How he has to announce that he's in America. Like, who the fuck does that? And I get it. Certain people would do that in a movie to let the audience know if they've done a shitty job at telling their story. But I think we know he's in America. We follow. We're not dense, and we see all the buildings and the skyscrapers. It's just really awkward. You know, he gets on shore and just like, America, in the middle of everybody.
See, they have to say that because we are dense. We're watching Lionheart with Van Damme. Amazing. But Seal's in this movie too.
Yeah, that actor, that SEAL dude, his name is Billy Blanks. And I'm like, that not to be confused with the Taibo martial artist. It's not that Billy Blanks. It's a totally different Billy Blanks.
Fucking the Taibo guy.
Here it is. Watch. America. He's going to say it. Now.
Look at his strut. What a fucking pussy. He's got a weak fucking bulge.
Is it really that cold? Look at him like covering up his... It doesn't look that cold.
This guy is a fucking beta. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
I do like the score though.
Yeah, there's that nice little fucking melody that plays whenever the kid is showing up. And that's all I remember.
Well, they're playing that right now. This is kind of... Look, here it is. Okay. I have something to say.
America.
Okay, so he's clearly been on American soil for quite a while. We just saw him walking and through the city and all this shit like that. Why would he say it now? If he's going to say it at all, nobody would say that. When I went to Japan, I didn't get off the plane and then walk, a mile into the city and say, Tokyo or Japan.
You should have. That's what a stupid movie thinks Alpha does. Like this movie.
So my my arguable top 4. Hey, he's gonna meet Joshua. Who Joshua's a really cool character, and I think he's a good actor.
He's the best character.
Yeah, he's a great character. No, my top 4 is probably maybe not like an ironclad order, but Kickboxer, Bloodsport, of course, Lionheart. The 4th one might be Death Warrant, the prison movie.
Amazing.
That's really, really good Van Damme. There's certain quote unquote classics I don't think are great. I don't like Double Impact that much. I don't think it's that good of a movie. It's like got some okay parts in it, and it's
double the Van Damme, double the impact.
It's got really good quotable moments, and like I said, there's parts that are good, but as a whole, it's just not one of my favorite movies. It doesn't flow very well. I don't think Hard Target is amazing. I like Hard Target, I guess. It's
so fucking dumb. It's funny.
It is really dumb.
That mullet's amazing too.
But it's not one of my favorites. I've never loved Time Cop.
I forgot all about that movie.
And that was the movie that really broke. Well, it took him to another level, right? It was his first movie. I think his only movie to go like over 100 million in the box office, and it really catapulted him, right? And on the back of Time Cop, he got Street Fighter, right? Which is supposed to be like this big franchise movie, right? So that was a big deal for him. But I've just never been able to latch on the Time Cop like a lot of people have.
Fucking betas, I think. Fucking betas.
But
yeah, this is the scene where he meets up with the guy. He becomes his fucking manager, and it's just like a random street fight underneath a bridge. He just wanders into, and they're fucking like, oh, his name's Lion. Oh, we're gonna sell that really hard. Like the movie's called Lionheart, so we gotta like fucking call him that a lot and all this shit.
Can I just take a second and just acknowledge that Joshua is one ugly motherfucker?
He's the best looking guy in this movie.
He looks like getting his fucking face beat in a lot. Like he used to be a fighter, right? That's what he said. Look, I think it's so funny when they do the slow motion shot of this guy getting kicked in the stomach and his lips are flapping. Blah, 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 blah. It's really funny. It's really funny.
Did you notice this guy, this first fight, he has like one of those fucking press-on tattoos.
I like his stance.
Like,
wait, hold on. Look at it when he starts and he gears up for the fight and he gets in his fighting stance. He's like, got this really weird, like, look how he puts up his dukes. Yeah, continue. Where's the press-on tattoo?
Maybe it's this scene, maybe it's later, but he, like, one of the people he's fighting has a tattoo that like fades and then comes back later.
Is it in the pool scene?
Maybe.
There's a lot of continuity errors in this movie, by the way, and you can even see that on just general trivia and shit. But in that pool scene, even Leon's got a weird fucking lion tattoo, right?
And it's not there, yeah.
And yeah, it's gone 1 second, and it's there the 1 second, whatever. And look, okay, so Joshua acts like he created this whole lion, but he happens to just so happen to have a lion tattoo too.
It's because the people that wrote this are fucking stupid.
Okay, watch.
The continuity person too.
Look at the his opponent putting up his dukes. It's just weird. And watch the slow motion shit. Watch his lips like flap around. It's so fucking hilarious when he takes him out.
Amazing.
Hold on. It's when he does a kick to his chest, I believe.
See, this is what I thought. Like the reason I stayed away.
What? Look at that. You see it? It's so funny.
Amazing. The reason I stayed away from Fight Club so long is I thought this is the stupid movie it would be. And ironically, you don't like Fight Club, but you like this.
I don't hate Fight Club. That's just a movie that got way overhyped for a whole decade, and it hurt my experience with it.
But if you went in expecting this, like all that overhype, it's like, fuck, I didn't see that coming.
I've said it a million times. I'm not saying there's not a formula this movie's following to a T or anything, but I expect different things out of different types of movies. And out of action movies, I'm not looking for super originality. Yeah, okay, quality. I want to be entertained. I want there to be action. I don't care if it's tropey. I don't care if the one-liners are stupid. I'm just looking for junk food. Right.
You know what I watched earlier, like after finishing this movie? I watched Johnny Mnemonic. Fucking
sorry.
Keanu Reeves, a fucking amazing actor, one of the greatest of our time. Fucking Del Reeves, I call him.
That movie's got Henry Rollins. That movie has Dolph Lundgren.
That movie's got the dumbest fucking plot, the most absurdly stupid thing I've ever fucking heard of. The plot is fucking in the future, basically, Keanu Reeves, he's a transporter, and that what that means is they took out, basically, long-term memory so that he had an empty space in his brain where they could insert, like, information so he could, like, take it from one place to the other. Because I guess in the future, like, sending it via email is just too hard or something, or just like putting it on a disc or something. It just makes too much sense. So they put it in his brain, and the whole movie is like, oh yeah, I got to get it out of the brain. Cause like fucking they put too much data in there and it's like leaking out. And look at that guy. Any guy that has a beard and shaves a mustache, never trust these people.
Looks like Chas Bono. I know. Continue.
Fucking lame. But yeah, like fucking anyway, like yeah, like fucking Dolph Lundgren is a bad guy in the movie. He's for no reason, he's like a disciple, like a fucking Jesus freak character for no reason. Like he's just walking around like looking like he's one of the disciples for no reason. And like he's just one of the bad guys. The other bad guys are the fucking Yakuza. Fucking the Yakuza's after him. Like what the fuck? Amazing.
There's, you know what though? Like I like all that shit. I don't ever get tired of seeing action movies about the Chinese triad or the Yakuza and stuff like that for the umpteenth time.
And then there's a ghost. There's a fucking ghost for no reason. Like they keep seeing like on fucking TV screens and on the internet some ghost of a girl who like was fucking working on because basically Johnny Mnemonic. Spoiler: you find out the data in his head is like the cure for like this disease going on in the fucking future. Which the girl that he meets up with and becomes a psychic is actually she's got the disease. And like Henry Rollins is in the movie. He's like a fucking doctor that's helping her out. Fucking they go to him. He's like a black market doctor and shit.
He's gonna say fuck it. He's gonna look him up and down like he wants to suck a dick, and he's gonna say fuck it right here. Fuck it. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, he's talking about his ass. That's what he's saying. But yeah, Johnny Mnemonic. It's not a great movie if I remember it correctly. I watched it once back.
It's
in the
better
day.
than this movie.
No, look. Can I just stop 1 second and just say Brian Thompson is one ugly motherfucker?
He's the fucking best looking motherfucker in this movie.
It would probably be in just 6 short years or so that he would get the green light and cast as Shao Kahn.
Him and the fucking Joshua should fuck.
The ruler and emperor of Outworld.
Far superior movie to this too.
No, not even. All right, so
you remember who the fucking the big hacker that's in the charge of the Resistance? Because fucking Ice-T is part of the Resistance in Johnny Mnemonic too, and like they take him to like their little underground lair and they meet, fucking introduce him to like the greatest hacker in the world. You remember, like he's like, I gotta meet the Reeves. He's like, I gotta meet the greatest hacker in the world.
I know, I swear I know, but I can't quite remember it. I know once you say it, it'll fucking flood back to me. Who is it?
It's a fucking dolphin with a helmet on.
Yeah, so fucking dumb, dude. And
amazing.
Ice-T, he's also a part of the Resistance in Tank Girl. He plays that dog boy, dude.
Never seen Tank Girl.
Tank Girl's fucking terrible. It is fucking awful.
I want to see it.
I mean, it's got Malcolm McDowell as the bad guy. That says it all how bad it probably is, right? But
fucking Malcolm McDowell, he's a great actor. Fucking
Lori Petty,
Alex
as Tank Girl. But it does have Naomi Watts, who is like kind of like this lesbian who is in love with Lori Petty, basically. And Naomi Watts is fucking hot as shit. But speaking of Lori Petty and the Reeves, I watched what's it called? Fucking Patrick Swayze, Point Break, last night. Or 2 nights ago.
Amazing film.
And that's one of those movies where I've kind of seen it, kind of not seen it, don't really recall it. I've seen like half of it.
What'd you think of that scene where he's chasing Patrick Swayze? Patrick Swayze gets away, and he falls on the ground, and he starts shooting into the air, and he goes, ah!
I found it pretty unbelievable. I'm like, you don't know this guy that long, and you're not that close to him. Like, why are you that removed from being able to shoot him? It didn't make sense to me.
Because they're soulmates. You just know.
I was also trying to think of, is it just because the twist of this movie is so ingrained in pop culture at this point that it that's why it seems obvious that he should know that, you know, like were they trying to make that a twist, or was it just poorly written? Like I can't tell which is which, if that makes sense. But
Oh, it's
It just
amazingly
felt-
written. Fucking our boy Keanu Reeves, he did that movie and fucking Bogus Journey back to back same year. Fucking what can he not do?
Oh, and you can clearly tell there was like some reshooting going on during the Bogus Journey stuff, because there's a particular scene in the movie where he's straight up Ted Theodore Logan, and you could tell they called him back for like a quick reshoot.
Via con Dios.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fucking sexy beast.
So, but they were trying to do the red herring thing where it's like, okay, we're looking for these surfers, and we're gonna try and make people think it's Anthony Kiedis and those other guys, that other fucking surfer gang, because clearly surfer gangs are a thing, and but it's not Patrick Swayze and all those guys that he ran into. I mean, isn't it kind of obvious from the get-go? Like that, no, it's obviously Patrick Swayze. They're talking, everybody in the world.
It's obvious that the movie's fucking brilliantly acted, brilliantly written, everything. Directed, fucking cinematography's excellent.
I was just kind of thinking it was okay for the first 2/3. I'm not a big fan of Gary Busey. He kind of like spells cancer to me when I see him in movies a lot of the time. The movie's just okay. It's kind of cheesy and whatever. Lori Petty's kind of the love interest, and it's whatever. I like John C. McGinley. He's good in supporting roles. But it wasn't until the third act where it elevated it to at least a 6 for me, because that, to me, that was high octane, over the top, fucking ridiculous action. The fact that he jumped out of the plane without the chute, man, was like, what the fuck is this? It was it was entertaining.
Only our boy, the Reeves.
And then, and just the end scene where it's like a year later and all of a sudden they're in Australia and the storm of the century. That whole scene was kind of cool, even though it was beyond fucking stupid. Beyond fucking stupid.
Beyond amazing.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
See, right now in this stupid movie, you're talking about a stupid movie. We're watching another stupid movie. This movie, fucking our boy Joshua, he takes him to this underground little area where all the rich people are betting on these people to fight. And like this movie, this is what rich people do. But like, what if this movie's smarter than any of us thought? What if it's a non-literal kind of interpretation of how the rich fucking keep us from talking about class by putting us against each other and watching us fight while they soak up all the money on the top. See, this movie's smarter than we all thought.
So just take that to the bank then and consider it great. Give it that then.
Exactly. It's a fucking 9 out of 10 now.
This Mickey Rourke looking fucking dude, he's like, I don't know if I want to fight you or fuck you. See?
Exactly, as you do with fucking Van Damme.
But he's gonna pull a Johnny Cage before Johnny Cage and hit him in the nuts here, right when the bell rings, man.
I thought he's gonna pull a Johnny Cash and play his music to a fucking crowded prison or something. See, look, his tattoo keeps fading.
Oh, that the guy, his opponent.
He thought he was cool, and he put a press on a fucking tattoo to show up at the Fight Club.
Yeah, it's
a bitch. Now it's cool looking. Now it's all gravy looking, and now it'll be faded again probably next time we see it. I think it's because the fucking staring contest is it's making him sweat.
Watch, so he's gonna like grab his thigh and just what? I love it. Look, it's like high pitch.
See, look, this is what's so great about the movie is like you think he would get disqualified for that, but it's like no, he won.
It's a street fight.
So it's like, why isn't everybody just doing that? It's an easy win.
Well, and why isn't everybody
win? At the end of the movie, he's getting his ass kicked by fucking big guy, big sideburns, and fucking like he never kicks him in the fucking dick.
I could kick this guy's ass. Like you and me right now.
He's like, oh, you could kick my ass, rich boy? Why don't you pull your dick out?
Fuck my ass.
And fucking beat my ass. Exactly. Oh, look at that fucking ponytail. That's badass.
Yes. Okay.
That's how you know he can kick Van Damme's ass. He got that ponytail.
I don't understand why Cynthia scolds him. Like she says something in regards to, don't you ever humiliate me like that or whatever. Like what? He won the fucking fight. What, you guys care about class?
Yeah. Later on in the movie, she finds out that he's given money to like his brother-in-law's family, and she acts like she's got to be concerned about that. Like, we're in charge of making sure he keeps fighting. It's like, well, then why are you like threatened by the fucking family? You should, if anything, you should be taking care of the family because that's why he's fighting and making money.
Yeah,
but it like becomes like a thing that they start following him around and like they're gonna fuck with him or something.
It's Swiss cheese logic for sure. I mean, it's not high art.
Amazing logic,
but
that's why this movie's a fucking 9 now.
And also, though,
it's deep.
I have to say, she's attracted to him as a prospect and a fighter and stuff like that. But I mean, they're treating him like, okay, God, you're God's gift. You're our cash cow. But is it not possible if that was you and Joshua was trying to pitch Van Damme after that fight as a potential investment? Wouldn't you think it was possible that was just a lucky shot? Because he didn't really show off any moves. He just happened to hit that guy.
He just kicked him in the dick.
He got an open shot and punched him in the nuts, and it was lights out.
If literally Bobby Hill showed up at their fucking office and did the same thing, would they be like, "Oh, we're putting all of our fucking bets on this kid. Fuck yeah, he can fight."
But
like that's the same fucking logic.
If that was his only move in his arsenal, man, he could it could have been a lucky hit, and he could have got he can get smoked in the next round. I mean, he doesn't, but.
Yeah, because he can fucking beat up an entire French fucking army. He's just God's gift. He's amazing.
But they don't know that. You're gonna have all these unique places to make their arenas, like a racquetball court, a fucking fancy swimming pool, or like a motel pool.
An empty pool.
The
fucking thing street kids show up to fucking skate into. Amazing. Basically, fucking these rich guys are the new punk. They're just hollowing out a pool and fucking doing their street fights in it.
I like.
I like this scene.
Yeah, he's like, hold on, the gang. He's like, y'all motherfuckers gonna pay now. That guy delivers that line. It's so fucking terrible.
This is amazing because he walks up to him. He says like, "Oh, we got a bunch of money." And then the black guy, our boy Joshua, he goes, "Don't just go saying out loud that we got $10,000 in our pocket."
He said it
These
loud.
people will try to kill us. He said the amount, and there's homeless people literally right by him. And then on the next shot, they're just gone. So I guess maybe they weren't supposed to be there. Amazing.
Oh, like maybe they're real homeless people and they forgot to clear them off set.
Yeah. See, they're there, and then in like the next shot, where it's like a wide shot showing the whole street, they're gone.
But I like it when this gang, they're about to come up to he has to use the phone. The leader of the gang, who looks like Blade, had sex with Michael Jackson. He's like, y'all want to use this phone, cuz? Exactly. Y'all want to use his phone, cuz? He's got his dragon lip.
See, maybe they just cut out a scene where fucking our boy, he pulled out like $5,000 and said, "Hey, I'll give you all, make sure you all eat tonight. Just go away while we talk." And they took it out because they're like, we're making him too much of a fucking Mary Sue or something.
Okay, watch. Look at this gang. This is the weirdest fucking Cirque du Soleil fucking Broadway gang I've ever seen. They look like dancers. So you have this guy that looks like Blade, right? And he's gonna say, "Yo, use that phone, cuz." It's really fucking weird. Look at him.
Oh yes.
Wait, I gotta hear it for a second. I love it. It's like he's using his cum voice.
Exactly.
Look at all these guys. They just got out of the gym or ballet class. What? Yo, use a phone. Okay, so and I wonder, like, how do certain people get roles in movies? And this one guy that starts the fight, he goes, "Y'all motherfuckers gonna pay now." Like, is that like somebody's brother? Is that like the Best Boy's brother? The Gaff's brother?
And see, you're saying that, but Jean-Claude Van Damme has some of the worst line delivery in the fucking movie.
Oh,
you're just used to it.
Yeah. He has one of my favorite lines in any movie where Cynthia's like pampering him. I think it's I don't remember if it's when they're out shopping for fancy clothes or if it's when they're in the hotel room, but it's when he goes, "I'm not your toy."
Amazing.
"I'm not a toy."
I'll point out when the worst line happens. It's whenever he first like comes like eye to eye with his fucking brother's wife and daughter.
Oh,
and we'll be quiet to admire the greatness.
Yeah, we will. Oh, I love it.
But yeah,
hold on. I like how easy it is to not when he's talking about he's got a more he's such a good guy. He's got a moral compass too. My mom says I shouldn't talk to strangers. You know that whole fucking interaction when he first sees the girl.
Amazing.
It's so weird.
And he's like, "Oh,
he's like, I'm not the stranger when your mommy tells me I'm not the stranger."
Exactly. He's basically telling her like, well, as long as a stranger talks to her really calm and nice, like, she should talk to him. That's fucking her up more than anything.
Yeah.
But he's such a nice guy too. He saves the day, and then like you remember at the ending of the movie, fucking spoiler alert, the guys that are fucking from the French, military that are there to get him back, they fucking they just and they let him go. Like, oh, you're such a good guy.
Or they're like, "Good fight, Leon. Good fight." Right?
It's such an amazing film.
Well, I know. They act like it's just now that they've learned why he ran away. I mean, maybe they do, But it's obviously they probably, because they're spying on him, they're following him and all this shit. So they probably find out somewhere in America that, oh, it's his brother's family and he's doing all this. But it seems like there's a point where there's plenty of time that they realize why he's doing these fights, and they're still acting like assholes, and then all of a sudden they flip
Why
the
do they
script.
care? They made it very clear they don't give a fuck because they wouldn't even let him fucking explain why he wanted to leave. They just started fighting
and
him.
why, look at those tears. Look at those fucking Visine tears. They just dripped on his eyes before they rolled.
Oh, he's very method. He's very amazing. He went right to that place. Like all the actors, they go to that dark place.
He's very method. He killed some guy's brother's wife and kids.
Exactly.
Just so he could get in the zone.
See, what if this is one of those movies where he comes and visits his brother's dead body and his tear falls onto his brother's burnt skin and it brings him back to life? What if it's one of those movies?
Then we have Double Impact 2.
Amazing.
Speaking of Double Impact 2, they that was discussed for a while in recent years, like in the last decade. There was a point a few years ago where Jean-Claude Van Damme was saying he was in heavy talks with Sheldon Lettich to make a sequel to Double Impact 2 and also Lionheart 2, like fucking 25 years after.
Double Impact 2, that's fucking beta. You got to call it Quadruple Impact.
Yeah, it's like you got to cast Eddie Murphy and have it be like Triple Impact, right? Whatever happened
Amazing.
to Triplets, the twin sequel with Eddie Murphy? Did that just never materialize?
I guess. What the fuck? Yeah. Beta shit.
I don't know. But yeah, dude. I mean, look at him. Give this guy maybe not an Oscar, but give him like a Spirit Award.
A Razzie.
No.
Little
Okay.
razzle dazzle.
Okay.
Look at this chick.
Insert random hot chick that walks by as they don't say anything. I don't know.
He's like, hey, babe, you want to sit on my face? Oh, hey, fucking Van Damme, he walking away all sad and shit.
Go away.
I gotta follow you now. Fucking great script writing. You think they just they basically fucking just got that chick because maybe she got a friend and she could date you, friend could date me. And why does he have a lump on his forehead in this movie?
He's got it in every movie.
Is that a lipoma?
It's like a birthmark. I don't know. It's a birth thing.
He should go get the fucking pimple popper, get that removed. Pimple popper.
Now, and it was funny because I remember some kids brought to school in the 4th grade this poster, a Double Impact poster, and they're like showing it off like it was cool or something. And they were trying to tell me that, oh, this is his real life twin brother. They pulled him into acting so they could do this movie together. I'm like, I know I'm only like fucking 10 years old, but have you seen the effects in that movie? It's clearly not real. Like, that's not two people standing, because it's got really shitty like blue screen effects.
Look at this sad ass burrito he gets.
I know, it's wrapped like shit. It looks terrible. It doesn't even look cooked, to be honest with you. And it's super flat. It looks like someone stepped on it.
Yeah, there's not enough
Look at
beef
that.
in that shit.
There's nothing in that fucking thing. It looks terrible.
Maybe he's one of those guys. He just gets the cheese, fucking whatever it's called.
But just a cheese burrito. But no, anyway, they were trying to tell me it was two people, and I even pointed out, like, you're telling me his real life twin brother has the same fucking lump on his head? Like, they have the same fucking lump in the same spot?
You know what that is? It's because he's got such a high IQ that his brain is actually bulging out of his skull.
I guess.
It's his fucking IQ. He's flexing it. He's letting us know. Basically, fucking the muscle guys. They always got to flex while they're on camera. He's flexing the IQ every time they call action.
But I do wonder what that is, if that's like flesh or if that's skull oriented. You know, where that lump is coming from.
He's lump. It's in his head.
There you go.
See, that song was about him the whole time. We just deciphered it.
Hey, look at that Mike Muir. All they wanted was a Pepsi. Didn't they like suicidal tendencies over there?
Amazing.
All right, so here we go. The ball, and we have him. He's all set to groom this child.
Exactly, and he grooms the fuck out of this kid with her little orphan Annie fucking fro.
She really does look like a little orphan Annie.
Fucking amazing. See, that's the thing. I just fucking Little Orphan Annie. Remember the people were like, oh, they were all fucking up in arms because they recast Little Orphan Annie as a black kid. That was the thing. They told her, like, make sure you get that Little Orphan Annie fro. And they just assumed, like, oh, it's got to be a black kid. But the Little Orphan Annie had a fro, too.
Well, they cast it all black. So, Jamie Foxx, I think, was Daddy Warbucks and shit like that. And
I know. And people were fucking throwing a fit, I remember.
Well, and then I think that was a movie that leaked online or something like that. And they blamed that for just bombing tank, and who knows where the blame went. But I think it just tanked. It was.
I blame the fact that it was a fucking remake of Annie and no one gives a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, this is the scene where fucking he's basically grooming this kid, and he's basically finding out like he's getting the strategic layout of her fucking school and all this shit. Like, so he knows like where the fucking like where the most closest adult is and all this shit.
Look, and they make this weird little face. That guy in front of a complete stranger just said, it's deadbeats like you are the reason why I can't get my damn elevator fixed. I don't know. I don't want to live in New York. These movies always portray New York landlords, slumlords as just like the fucking worst people in the world. It always seems so fucking terrible.
Exactly. Being a landlord is a weird fucking job. Like, I'm going to buy a property and then I'm just going to make people pay to live in it. Never have to work again. Dank. Amazing.
It's business, man. I mean, real estate, if you can afford to get in the game, man, you can buy up properties. I mean, it's fucking, it's a giant insurance policy. You'll be all right. And if something happens, you can always, I would do it in a heartbeat, man.
It's your beta cup.
And there's a reason too, I mean, like even people with money though, they'll go up and buy up properties in poor parts of town, these little shanties. And they'll have like little 1 and 2 bedroom houses on like one lot, where one house would normally be. And, they'll move in certain types of people. And I like how she's really, I mean, I get it. It's probably because
this is the best line in the movie. You had a future. You were pregnant.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Right here, I think.
He's not strong.
It was not enough strong to go to jail.
No, he was saying he wasn't.
He was not enough strong to go to jail.
He was not enough strong.
Is he dyslexic and just put the word enough before fucking the word he was, like the way he was supposed to say it, and they were just like, that's good.
So hold up. So let's just get it all straight here, because like you said, that was just like some weird injected backstory.
See, they let it slide because he's supposed to be foreign in the movie.
Some weird injected exposition there, but he basically said, was she blaming him for taking the rap and going to jail for him when that would have corrected him, and she just enabled his behavior? Is that what it is? And that's when he said he was not enough strong to go to jail. It would have killed him. Like, that's how good of a person he is too. He's the model brother. He went down for his brother.
Fucking Mary Sue. She should turn it back on him and say, well, your dick isn't enough big to fuck me. Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, she's not that pretty anyway. See, these guys, these French officers, these Legionnaire officers, they act like they're just, this whole fucking mission is a thorn in their sides. Even to the point where they're like, remember that one guy's like, can we watch this guy fucking get his ass beat? If I was working as an officer in the French Legion, I would be like, if this was me and you on this assignment, I'd be having the time of my life. Like, hey, we're getting sent to America to like hunt down this guy and like detective work, and it's fun. Like, really? Like, what the fuck do they care? Are they gonna get fired if they don't find him?
Exactly.
It's a field trip.
Hey, look, these there's shots right here in this scene. If you're watching in HD, they're almost in focus. A couple of these scenes right here. But he's drunk, so maybe it was a subliminal thing. Like, oh, it's a little blurry because when you're drunk, you're a little blurry.
Yeah.
Amazing. See, that's a fucking 9 out of 10. Great cinematography. You gotta have that fucking 8,000 IQ. Like fucking our boy Van Damme. You got the bulging spot out of your brain.
It's a great movie.
If that was like a spot of his brain that was... See, it was that shot where he smiled. It was all out of focus. But like, if that was like a spot of his brain, like what if it was the part of the brain that controls your orgasm? And like, you could just like touch it and he would fucking come. He'd start nutting. So like, when you're fighting him, you could use it as your secret weapon. Fucking like, be in a brawl and just fucking like stiff finger that shit. And then he's on the fucking ground moaning.
This movie came, I want to say this movie came out before Double Impact, but Double Impact was filmed before it. Like, Double Impact must have been shelved for a little bit or something.
Double Impact, like, that's just begging for a porn fucking parody.
Yeah.
Some kind of entendre about double fisting or double insertion
penetration. Yeah, double DP.
Amazing. I'm going to grab a drink.
Go for it. Yeah, see, Zach's way too hard on this fucking movie, man. I love it. See, I grew up with Van Damme. I grew up with action movies. You have to take him at face value because Zach doesn't like action movies. He said that a million times. He's not really an action guy. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess you have to kind of like these movies to really understand it. I know it's not It's really not like a 9 out of 10 or anything. I know it's got shitty acting, but I sort of have different expectations for these kinds of movies, man. And for me, it ticks all the right boxes. It's got stupid characters that are cool.
Via con Dios.
Via con Dios, yeah.
See, that should have been like bringing us back to King of the Hill again. That was like the thing that the guy always says, like that TV show they watch.
Via con Dios, yeah.
Via con Dios. They should have just made it fucking the Reeves as that character. A giant mnemonic. There's a scene. It would be canceled today because there's a scene where he sneaks out of a building by putting on a wig, and then like somehow like he paints his face yellow so he looks Asian, and he sneaks out of a building wearing a yellow face.
I don't remember that. Okay.
Can he do that though? I think he's kind of Asian, half Asian or something.
He's like half Japanese or something.
Something, yeah.
I think.
Our boy, I just want his nut so bad. I would save it and fucking put it over my bed in like a case with like my fucking frame poster of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Do you actually have your Bill and Ted Bogus Journey framed?
I don't. I want to get it fucking signed if it ever happens.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll happen, but I will say it's been really tough to find the poster frames in the correct size but I did notice for anybody out there, because I would love to get everything custom framed and just pay like $500-$600 to do that, but that's just a fuck ton of money. But I don't exactly want like a piece of shit you can maybe find online when you scourge the internet and shit like that, because you can just find some floppy piece of shit that looks not even suitable for a dorm room.
There's that disappearing tattoo. Depending on like the mood it's in, it'll just be gone or there. And it's a shitty tattoo too. Well, who'd he pay to do that? Go ahead though.
Okay, no, I was gonna say, Hobby Lobby sells movie size one sheet frames now, and they're decent. They're decent quality, and I want to say they're like around $100, but they're always, if you just get it on the app or online, they're always 50% off. It's just like, it's probably like 50 or less, $40-$50, and they're decent enough quality. I saw them in the store, so I'm actually gonna load up. I'm gonna try and buy like 4 or 5 of them.
My boy Adrian Mendoza needs to get into that fucking frame business. That'd be donk.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not the 41 inchers, right? So I can't do any of the old shit, but that's fine. I have enough newer movies that I can fit in there.
You think that somebody would have jumped on that market? Like fucking all these old movie posters, like fucking we gotta get the 41 inches. Like, we need that extra inch. Makes all the difference.
They're just hard to find in general. Like pretty much it's custom framing has that market cornered. Even the 40 inchers. It's just they're hard to find. That's why I was stoked when Hobby Lobby got some more in stock, because
Hey, notice this. His fucking his boss basically fucking got him naked, took him to a room and put him to bed, and is just hanging out macking on him. Like, that's very rapey.
Yeah, well,
this movie should be canceled too.
But once again, there's the ass shot.
Oh my god!
Once again, who wrote this movie? Who had final say in this movie? In the real world, the woman would not be the predator, right?
Do you think? He argued with the director about that mirror being bigger so that his ass could have double screen time?
So it had double the impact.
Yeah, like you need to be able to see my old ass in the fucking mirror too,
dude. In the movie Double Impact, like you know the movie pretty well. Do you remember it?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh my god! Like I said, I don't
look at that bulge. Fucking beta.
But I'm saying Double Impact was very quotable.
I could crush that bulge with my little pinky. Go ahead.
Double Impact is very quotable, and there's one line in there that would never pass today. It's when the one twin meets his twin brother. They don't know they have brothers. They don't know they're brothers. One guy's from Beverly Hills. He was given everything. Prince and the Pauper story, right? He's rich and he's a preppy, wears the fanciest clothes. He goes to Hong Kong where his brother separated when they were babies. He's like involved in crime and shit. And he's like a real gritty guy, slick back hair, 5 o'clock shadow, not clean cut. And, they're complete opposites. When they find each other, he thinks he's macking on his girlfriend there because the girlfriend can't tell them apart, right? Anyway, when he sees him, basically she's like, how am I supposed to know? You guys look exactly the same. He goes, look, a faggot. He like looks at him and just says, a faggot. It's really weird. Like, how could you tell this was me? Like, he's wearing a pink shirt and shit.
That is fucking meme and a half. I gotta get that for the soundboard. I'm gonna fucking drop that every time me or Max shows up. That's gonna be awesome. That's fucking great.
Look, a faggot.
Dang.
Actually, I wonder if you have to bleep that out because we probably don't. I was saying it in a context. I wasn't saying I was quoting the movie, right? But
Amazing. Here's this little curly-headed fuck again. Dumb bitch.
just a kid. She kind of looks like your niece, to be honest with you.
Fuck you. How dare you?
She doesn't look like not like she wouldn't be part of your family.
How dare you?
She kind of looks like she'd be in your family. Yeah, she does look like you're like
Never take a person I called a bitch and then fucking compare them to someone in my family. That just made me feel bad.
She kind of has like the look though.
Oh yeah, look, fucking more Play-Doh file shit going on in the movie. He's scoping out the kid.
Yeah, this recurring theme, right? When you see the kid, dun, dun, it's nice. Yeah, it is weird. He's hiding behind a tree in a fucking hoodie. The only thing he's missing is aviators. You know?
The cop's right there, not paying attention to him. Arresting some fucking homeless people. See, the movie's it's deep if you pay attention.
Like, how come nobody else? You think there's anybody else in this busy street right now looking at that guy? Like, look at that guy behind the fucking tree, but at the school, at the elementary school. It's really weird.
Amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
That's a lot of apples.
I think they're tomatoes too. Is that tomatoes or apples? Both.
Fucking tomatoes are beta.
I like tomatoes.
Apples are better.
Apples are good too, but they're totally different. You ever have just sliced tomatoes is a good snack with just pepper and salt. It's delicious. You ever have it's a southern thing. You ever eat fried green tomatoes?
Never.
They was good, man. Used to eat them in Tennessee when I was little.
Oh look, he found a ball. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Kid's gotta come get the ball.
Look at him. No, we have to show him how great of a person he is. He's a Samaritan. She kind of reminds me of you're a tourist, right? Tell me, are all freaks, mutants? All like Total Recall. Looks like the little girl.
See, that's how good of a person this guy is. He desperately wants to sleep with that kid, but like he's suppressing his instincts.
What is she doing? Is she reading a Playgirl?
You know those people were poor because they got dirt on their face.
Zach, did I lose you?
Hopefully.
I can't fucking hear Zach. Is he gone? I don't know.
I'm here.
What the? Dude, you just went mute for like fucking 10 seconds. And then you came back.
I was talking. Beta shit.
Well, I couldn't hear you.
Am I here?
I guess, so I don't even know what you were
You hear me
saying.
now?
But yeah, you're here now. I can hear you now. I said I think she was reading Playgirl and you said nothing. And she's always walking around, parading around like a slut. And she looks a lot like Louis Creed's wife in Pet Sematary. But that's not her.
Donk.
But she's rocking that early 1990 haircut like her, right? That dyke chop. Ooh, maybe you should bleep that out too.
Why aren't they fucking?
I mean, if she had her way, they'd be doing it 24/7, man. She's always walking around like she wants it. Look at her. Just look at this body language.
Why can't he just throw her a bone then?
Because he's not charitable. Hey, another continuity error. He's no longer wearing a white t-shirt now. Remember he was wearing a white t-shirt when he's behind the tree with the hoodie?
Yep, he got cum all over it from when he's jacking off in that scene.
He used it as his cum rag. He had to take it off. Gosh.
Which is weird because like when I use fucking my white shirts as a cum rag, I just leave it on because it's already white. No one even notices.
Dude, it's going to get crusty and turn yellow, dude. You motherfucker.
Yep. Exactly. That's what fucking does it in. Eventually you do it too much, they notice.
You ever see
you start attracting ants and other bugs.
Oh, and the sock's like crawling away and it's a fleet of ants just carrying it. You ever see a white sock with cum stain on it and it's just like yellow? It's like a yellow permanent cum stain.
Hell yes.
It happens. Not that I know personally. I do.
It's good shit.
All right. So round 2, fight number 2 is at like a garage or something, like a parking garage.
Yeah. So now he's like, I'm going to fight because I got money from it and I can give it to the fucking the family. She got a bike and shit. Like she's all happy. That curly-headed little bitch. I'm gonna fight for them, and I'm gonna give them the money, but not tell them where it's coming from because they don't want money from me. That's always a thing in movies.
Why is she dressed like she's going to a funeral? Why has she got a veil on?
Because she might be. She might be. She doesn't really know he can fight. He could get his ass kicked. He could fucking die right here. She put all her faith in this fucking idiot. She don't even know.
There's a really cool video back from, it dates back to the inception of YouTube, and it basically somebody edited this entire movie and all the fights in this movie into Street Fighter 2, right? They have the little life bars and everything else, and he goes up the ladder to where he's fighting the last guy, and they do the slowdown after he does the final kick. It's really cool. Back in the day when YouTube was just back when they had, you remember back in the days of Techno Viking?
No.
It's one of the original like viral videos. Okay, Techno Viking.
Oh, look, he's got a kilt on.
So is it really this high dollar of a sport? I mean, they're importing people from Scotland.
Amazing. Fucking Scotland, the men are manly men there. They wear dresses and shit.
It's kind of like bootleg Mortal Kombat. You remember when, I don't think that's the way it is now, but the whole Mortal Kombat reboot has been in and out of like developmental hell for fucking over a decade. No longer, like 15 fucking years. And at a point, when that Mortal Kombat Legacy came out on YouTube, right? The dude who directed that movie Fame put it out, and he did it so he could basically get the attention of big producers to let him do a Mortal Kombat reboot. And he was signed on for a while, and his concept was like ultra real. This was in the days when Dark Knight was fucking everything, and everybody wanted to make something super realistic and gritty, right? Take all the fantasy element out of something. And
we're talking about Mortal Kombat, so I haven't been listening for a little bit.
Anyway, this guy's pitch was it was going to be like this. The tournament was like this underground fight club shit. I'm like, that's bullshit. In garages and stuff. And
you mentioned the movie Fame, though. Remember the song Fame by A.W.O.L? Best use of a fucking wah pedal in a song. You got to have real funk in your foot to play that song.
I was listening to Dave Bowie last night while I was working, actually. It's like the greatest hits.
But yeah, fucking kilts, they're manly. Fucking Harry Styles, people were bitching about him wearing a dress. Only real men wear a dress. Fucking Jonathan Davis.
Yeah.
He was manly enough to fucking cry at the end of every fucking Korn record. You don't get much. Like, you gotta, like, how big of your fucking dick? How big it gotta be to be like, I'm gonna cry and I don't even give a fuck?
I don't remember if it was it was like an anniversary show for the first album or something they did somewhat recently. Maybe like a 25th anniversary or something. And I was watching it on YouTube. Oh yeah, they're performing the whole album in its entirety. And everybody in the comments like, oh, we're so proud of you, Jonathan, for playing Daddy. You swore you never play it again. We know how hard that was for you. Because I guess I didn't watch it, but apparently if you can make it to the end of the performance, he starts crying while singing it. He's really crying because it's just too hard for him. And everybody's like, oh, we're here for you, Jonathan. We're here for you.
That would be hard. Fucking song about your dad molesting you? Your mom
That's not
just
what
being
it's
okay
about.
with it?
That's not what it's about.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. It's not about his dad. Supposedly, somebody was molesting him, like a family friend, and he was telling his parents, and they didn't believe him. Right? That whole thing. But for some reason, he projected the song to be Daddy. Whatever. But it's not really about his dad.
Because the guy made him call him Daddy, probably. That's sick.
Probably.
That's a sick joke. That's not funny.
He's listening to the podcast right now like, I wanted to go on this show, and I won't anymore.
Exactly. Now he knows that we're Illuminati puppets, like fucking Obama.
Well, he has a lisp. How would it sound with a lisp? Like, that's very mean guy. He has like a lisp.
He's fucking man. Like, yeah, that episode of South Park where it's set up like a fucking Scooby-Doo episode where they're like, hey gang, that's a great episode.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, no, I got nothing against it. And you know what? Props to him too. He's literally, you know what? Back in the late 90s when hair metal was absolute cancer and people were making fun of these people that looked all washed out and they were still living in a time capsule and they weren't ditching the 80s look. And John Davis has had the same fucking look and haircut and hairstyle for 25 fucking years.
He had dreadlocks for a while. He got that dreadlock metal. That talk about hair metal.
He had the dreadlocks up until in Follow the Leader, but he ditched it. Like he had dreadlocks still when you were looking at promo shots of Follow the Leader, but by the time Freak on a Leash came out,
he brought him back whenever fucking the Untouchables was. I think there's a music video from that album where he has.
I don't know. I just know by the time Freak on a Leash came out, he had what we all know today, just like that long black hair and that weird porno stash, that Fu Manchu looking thing, and And he's just never dropped it.
And now he's doing Twitch.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that are doing it. So Joshua just dropped off a check claiming to be some like insurance person associated with her husband's death, and she's playing like, oh God, I didn't know he had a policy. He's like, well, here you go. But it's really just Joshua being assigned to hand off this money that Leon is making with his blood, sweat, and cum, I guess.
Exactly. Apparently Leon doesn't have to fucking live on food and shit because all of his money's just going to somebody else. Fucking he's such a great guy.
Leon.
That's how you say it if you're a Frenchie faggot.
Oh.
I stole that from my cousin Ryan. Did I ever tell that story?
No, go ahead.
Oh, amazing. Like fucking Mac was eating a candy bar and I was like, what's that? And he's like, fucking I forgot what it was, but he's like, oh, it's full of caramel or something like that. But Ryan was answering me too. Ryan said caramel. It's got caramel in it. And Mac, it's one of those things where they say the same thing at the same time, like a jinx. You owe me a Coke. But Mac said caramel. Ryan said caramel. And I said, you said caramel, you said caramel. And he said, that's because he's a little Frenchy faggot. And that's become a meme for me and Mac for years. It's amazing. Anytime we say something different.
So he's crashing with Joshua or what the fuck? I don't know. I guess that's Joshua's slum.
We needed a scene of him and Joshua fucking.
The last guy he was fighting at the racquetball court, I don't see what was so special and elite about that guy. He looked like one of those bums they pulled off the street, like a bum fight.
Amazing.
Like Glass Joe.
Mm-hmm. See, this is the scene where like the movie doesn't know that like fucking his boss shouldn't be trying to fucking fuck up the family he's making money for.
Mm-hmm.
But then like, yeah, amazing.
Hi, like my bike?
Yeah.
Like
See,
my bike?
you think like after they wrote this scene, fucking somebody would have came along and said, why are they trying to fuck up their meal ticket? And it's like, oh yeah, I didn't think about it like that. We'll just keep it there because we're an hour and 30 minutes in now. We take it out, it'll be short.
I always look at these movies that takes place in the New York City and shit like that, and just isn't it weird to see a girl as young as her just riding a bike in the middle of that fucking city? Like, you know what I mean? Like around the corner where they live in the slum. I don't know. I just feel like anybody can nap you. It's not like a suburb where you have a backyard or something like that. You have a cul-de-sac. There's just every wino in the world could just nap your kid. I mean,
exactly.
it's really weird to me.
Fucking that's the good shit. You fucking a wino comes, takes them off your hands for a little bit. You got some fucking free time.
She's letting her ride her bike when you had Psycho Myko over there playing dominoes or something with the rest of Suicidal.
Exactly. Fucking amazing shit.
I always thought the guy, Tong Po there, looks like the drummer for System of a Down or something. All right, so here's the empty pool scene. It's like half empty, right? Or quarter empty, because there's like a little bit of water in part of it. And you're going to see that because he's going to like be all wet when he comes up. He's wearing like a wetsuit, right, Van Damme?
Doesn't it get dirtier looking whenever they actually start fighting in it?
See, look, he's got to wear this fucking weird wetsuit.
Yeah, fucking very homoerotic. See, look, it's dirtier looking now.
Yeah, it could be the lighting. Like, where are all these people coming from? And they're just, okay, this guy's in a wetsuit too. He's like, all right, here's my challenger.
He doesn't have that fucking stupid lion tattoo.
It's faded. Look at it. Look how faded it is. But it's going to be gone at some point. Yeah, it was very faded.
And after they fight, like...
Look, see, it's barely there. See, it's barely there? Dude, it's washed off. It looks fucking terrible to press on.
Maybe it's there to indicate, like, this is what, like, the rich making us fight each other. They keep us faded with drugs.
Okay.
To kind of keep us numb and shit. It's all that shit. It's really five-head shit going on.
Do you think he hangs out with Anthony Kiedis there under the bridge? Because that's who he's about to... Look, so I think it's when he comes out under the water, because they're going to get in the water and it's going to be like a wet t-shirt fight. I think when he comes up, it's completely gone, because the tattoo looks like it's washed off anyway. It kind of looks like they've already tried a couple of takes, and they had to dry him off, but they didn't reapply the tattoo after he got wet over and over again or something.
Yeah.
See, it's there a little bit. Watch. Okay, watch when they get in the water. I think he he flips his hair.
When I got to give it to you, Boba. Amazing.
What does Anthony Kiedis say? What's his line in that fucking movie I watched? What does he say? Oh, fuck. I don't know. He's looking right at the camera.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now?
No, in the fucking Point Blank. Okay, watch. I think... Okay, it's barely there. Oh, how's that feel? I think when he gets out of the water, it's just gone. Well, I could be wrong. Let's see.
Fucking, this is sexy.
All right, well, I gotta look for that tattoo. Everybody's cheering for this guy to get drowned. Isn't that fucked up?
Amazing.
Yeah, fucking kill him.
That's what rich people do. That's what rich people do.
All right. So we're gonna see Van Damme get up here. Oh, he's gonna drown this guy. Look, Josh was just cheering. Yeah, fucking murder that guy. Look, is his lion gone? His lion is completely gone. I bet.
He's not Lionheart anymore. He's fucking.
He's a regular mortal like the rest of us.
Exactly. See, he can only be killed while the fucking tattoo's washed off. It's like fucking Freddy with the dream logic.
So I mean, we could totally make it make sense. We could justify why the tattoo is there, and look, it's gone. Oh, it's washed off. Look at that fucking shit.
Look, his fucking scratch on his face is gone too.
And I'd reckon to believe if you're watching this on VHS, you can't even see it barely faded. It just looks like it's gone or something.
Exactly.
But you know what? We could always just say that, okay, how does it make sense that he happened to have a lion tattoo after Joshua actually deems him Lionheart?
Because the rich are keeping us faded with drugs and to keep us numb.
But maybe it's a deleted scene. Maybe Joshua, to make him fit the character, the WWE character he created for him, he insisted he get a press-on tattoo for the fights. And it really is a press-on tattoo. How about that?
It reminds him of his brother. It's emotional.
Okay.
Exactly. So he's got to fight with his brother. Part of it. He doesn't want to get a real tattoo because he's opposed to violence in all forms. But he'll make an exception to the fights.
Doesn't Joshua straight up look like Rolf from the Muppets?
Oh, fucking Rolf, fucking angry video game nerd. Hell yeah.
No, Rolf from the Muppets, the piano playing dog, man. He just kind of looks like him. Got that vibe.
Dogs are dank.
I mean, Brian Thompson looks like he'd be into some gay porn, like he does it.
I'd fuck him. He is the best character in the movie.
My main man.
See, I keep forgetting his fucking character's name.
Oh, his name's Russell.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Joshua. I was talking about Joshua.
Joshua's Rolf. He's the black guy.
Exactly. I called him the black guy earlier. Then I realized, oh yeah, that's Joshua. The only way, that's the way you got to remember, because our buddies, we got a buddy named Joshua.
But I'm sorry, hey, isn't that really awkward where you can't quite remember the name of somebody, but if they're the only person of a certain color in a movie, it's the easiest thing just to go, hey, the black guy or the Latino guy. But there's always like a pause, like they want to find some other characteristic to say, like, the guy with the sweatpants. Like, what? Just say the black guy.
Exactly.
It's always really, really funny, but how people just like do that pause.
But it sounds like I'm fucking singling them out, though.
I know, but it's dude. If I was watching the movie Cadence,
I thought you were gonna bring it all around and say if I was watching the TV show Singled Out on fucking MTV back in the early '90s, I would say the black contestant over the white contestant.
Yeah, but if you're watching Next Friday, would you not call Roach the white guy if you're explaining a scene, like you're trying to refer to a guy and they didn't know the name, like the white guy,
exactly,
the one white guy,
the kid that killed himself after he made kids.
Because it was all uphill from there, man. He had Next Friday. I watched Next Friday just the other day. I can't believe we haven't done, because we've never done Friday or Next Friday, have we? We just did the shitty one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to do those, man. Next Friday really is a fun, stupid movie.
It is.
It's this day. I remember when we first saw it, we rented it or whatever when it came out because we were huge fans of Friday. And I don't know how we felt. I can't remember if I was disappointed or if I still liked it.
I was disappointed. Like
it is so different. It's not even.
It's different, but it grew on me as like a different kind of movie.
Yeah, it's a totally different tone, totally different everything. Yeah, it's weird.
See, I was excited because, like, I remember liking, like, whenever fucking Next Friday was new, I remember, like, oh, I think I like Friday more because it's like a hood movie. This doesn't feel like that. So whenever Next Friday After Next came out, I was like, it's back in the hood. This is going to be great. And it's like, that's definitely not what made the movie work.
Well, and I remember watching Next Friday, and I thought the humor in it was so cheesy. And I wasn't quite getting it. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Like, I think it was one of those times where I felt a little cringy, like Day, the whole taste good, taste the air. But you know what? Over time, I'm like, no, this shit's funny. It's so dumb. It's funny. I don't know why. And I remember My dad, I used to always be afraid to watch a movie with my dad because I would, for some reason, feel embarrassed if the movie was terrible. My dad made fun of it, like I made it or something. And my
Ever
dad,
since you went and watched fucking
Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Yeah. But my dad my dad loved Day Day. He used to talk about, like, he used to laugh at the vacuum cleaner sucking up his lip, the fucking everything about it. He used to really like it. So who knows? I couldn't really pinpoint my dad's taste.
I found a video of me doing that while I was drunk. I turned the vacuum cleaner on and put it on my face like that. It was donk. I should put those like drunken videos throughout the years on Patreon or something.
I wonder why F. Gary Gray didn't come back to do the second one. He got that guy Eric Carr. I remember watching like an MTV making of, like, little mini 30-minute documentary of Next Friday. But
They were, hey, speaking of sequels, they were going to make a sequel to this.
yeah, I told you that earlier.
Oh, I must not have been listening.
I said in the last decade there was heavy talk about when Van Damme's career looked like it was going places again because he came out with JCVD, that foreign movie that got him like...
Oh, I thought you were talking about Double Impact.
What? No, I said both this and Lionheart. He was talking about, at the same time, him and Sheldon Lettich were both in talks about wanting to revive both these movies with sequels. And there was also talk, sometime in the last like 10, 15 years, a sequel to Street Fighter. Like, what? Who's going to okay that?
Didn't they do like a Street Fighter? Like,
Legend of Chun-Li, which was not...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's considered a sequel or a totally different offshoot or what, because it's got totally different actors and different people. And, you know, I don't know. It's got Robin Shue. He plays a small role in it too, but I've actually never sat and watched that movie because I know it's
got Elizabeth Shue.
No. Oh, speaking of Elizabeth Shue,
They need to complete the feat trifecta.
Have you watched Cobra Kai?
I watched the first season. I still need to watch the
All right,
second.
So
third.
I just recently dipped into it a few weeks back, and I binge watched the first 2 seasons, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Because I heard everybody talking about Cobra Kai and how good it was, and I still wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid because I kind of like let it have the stigma about it because when it came out, it was...
I actually said that when I watched it. I said it was, yeah, it's okay.
Well, they had this... for me, it just had this like bad taste about it because it was a YouTube Red original when they were really trying to make YouTube Red a thing, right? To compete.
Mm-hmm.
And it just didn't seem valid. It didn't seem authentic. Like, it's a YouTube show. Like YouTube Red, they have Cobra Kai and they gave PewDiePie a TV show. Like, oh, okay, this is real legitimate.
Amazing.
But everybody kept talking about how fucking good it was and I wasn't biting. But then I guess with season 2, Netflix bought it. Or something, like it actually was acquired by Netflix because I guess the hype was that
season 3. It was after season 2 was already done.
Yeah, well they put them on Netflix. They must have at least got the property and they're on Netflix. And I watched them and I'm like, yeah, they're fucking great, man. Season 2 is even better than season 1. It's a lot of fun. And then season 3, I just binged it because that came out yesterday, and I watched all 10 episodes, and it's a good time.
Elizabeth Shue show up.
She shows up. That's where the wraparound is. She does show up. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. My bad. But we live in streaming culture. If you're into Cobra Kai, you've watched it already. But
exactly.
But no, it's yeah. A lot of people show up, man. They go even deeper, like from just the lore and the shit.
See, fucking the bad chick in this movie. She's looking kind of good in this outfit.
Yeah, she just got that. I just don't like those haircuts.
She kind of got a Chad jawline. She could crush me with that.
Yeah.
I could fucking just get dank to dust under the weight of that Chad jawline.
You know who else? She's kind of got this Vanna White vibe about her because Vanna White, she kind of embodied all the hairstyles of the day. She had the 80s haircut and she kind of had the 90s haircut back when they were hip. And I just realized, I didn't know this, but did you know Vanna White in the 80s did Playboy? She did the cover and the whole spread.
I'm not sure who Vanna White is.
Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Fortune. Vanna White. She turns the letters.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean she's a pop culture like person, but I don't know if she's still doing it. Yeah, she's still doing it to this day. She's old, but and it's funny because Vanna White, back when they were making all these licensed deals for video games and shit, like whenever they had all the Wheel of Fortune games on the Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo, the Sega CD, and all the way through the PlayStation and the N64. After that generation, and PS2 they did, after the PS2 and the PS3 generation came out, they stopped having the real TV characters probably because of money thing. They stopped using the same music of the shows and shit, which made it seem like shit. But I always wonder why Vanna White was the star of all these games and they never like paid Pat Sajak. They probably don't give a shit about Pat Sajak because he didn't model for Playgirl. I don't know.
Exactly.
But anyway, Vanna White, she's in Playboy and she bears all, man. She shows bush because it's back in those days. Her titties. It's crazy. I read an article. She's like, I regret it.
Why? Oh, did you see that? He brought food for the family because he's tight with fucking his niece and his fucking brother's wife now. Because fuck, they found out that he's been giving them the money and now they're all cool. And he bought some fucking food.
What does this tell? What does this tell society? If you pay me, we'll be nice to you. Money forgives.
Exactly. This movie's deep. And the rich laughed. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, now. But yeah, he pulled out food and it was fucking Hostess Twinkies and the fucking what are the chocolate swirly things?
The cupcakes, just the cupcakes.
I think for my next fucking cheat day, I'm gonna fucking just get a box of fucking like Swiss rolls or something.
I gotta say, I've had those inklings myself in the past where it's like, yeah, I just want to relive those old days when I was a kid when I used to eat all those little Debbies.
It's probably never as satisfying as it was as a kid.
No. So you're going to buy a box because they're so cheap. You can go buy a box of little Debbie brownies for like what, $1? And you're going to go buy a box of something like that and you're going to eat it and be like, yeah, it's like the McRib. Like, oh yeah, this is shit. Like why does everybody tout this thing coming back like it's not marketing? It's gross.
Remember the oatmeal fucking cookies?
Cream pies?
Yeah.
Oh, they have cereal now. I just saw in the store yesterday they have oatmeal cream pie cereal, Little Debbie.
That's common deuce. That'll make me make a fucking oatmeal cream pie in my pants.
So an oatmeal cream pie in your pants, that sounds like you're going to shit and cum at the same time.
Exactly.
Like that's really weird. That probably is, you probably just penned a new sex move. You shit and I don't know, you shit and cum in somebody's mouth and they spit it out.
and do a cream pie at the same time.
But
Pussy.
Yeah, so I haven't had oatmeal cream pie since I was a little kid, but part of me wants to eat them just to take me back because that's my grandmother bought them all the time. So when I was like a little kid in elementary school, back in the days of Batman Forever in the mid to early 90s and shit like that, and sending off box cereal tops to get some prize in the mail 12 weeks later, back in those days.
Sometimes I remember eating the oatmeal cream pies and being like, there's too much fucking cream. The fucking cookie to cream ratio is all fucked. We need a little less cream here.
You thought about that as a kid? You know what else I ate?
I did.
What about and these are not, I don't really go down those aisles anymore. So some things I think to myself, God, why don't they make that anymore? And somebody be like, they totally do. But I don't really peruse those snack aisles like that anymore. But dude, I used to like the peanut butter and jelly ones. Remember those?
Mm-hmm.
Do they still make those?
The Smuckers thing?
Well, no, it was Little Debbie, and I want to I want to say they almost kind of have like a similar sandwiching. Like I know it's oatmeal cream pies, but in the middle it's like peanut butter and jelly. I used to fucking love those things.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And
I noticed that guy right there. He's like a bootleg fucking what's his name from
Seinfeld
from Videodrome.
Oh, James Woods.
James Woods.
Who? Brian Thompson? Because
that's the Mirror Universe James Woods where he didn't get acne growing up.
Oh, that guy right there. Oh wow, he does. Guy. He does.
Yeah. Bootleg James Woods looks more like the real life James Woods than James Woods. In a way, bootleg James Woods is just James Woods. The bootleg is the real James Woods.
Real life James Woods got the short end of the stick somehow. Like what?
Exactly.
He's the one. He's the action figure you find at the pharmacy where they couldn't quite get the mold right.
Yeah, the good value one
of the character they rip it off.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Look at him now. He's playing with all the kids he was just creeping on not that long ago. Just not. So here we go. We get roided out Gene Simmons. He's coming out of the plane, right? All the way from probably Israel or something. Well, like Gene Simmons, I think he is, and he's the champion.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got these big ass fake sideburns.
Those fucking dank ass chops.
Fake ass looking sideburns.
Are they fake?
I don't know. They're probably real.
Remember the guy from Demons who was bald and had fucking chops like that? Amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's how you do it.
Amazing.
It gives the illusion that you can still grow hair if you choose to have hair somewhere else on your head besides your head.
Oh, yes.
So
She's beautiful.
it's weird. It's kind of like he's macking on his dead brother's wife, but he never really gets inappropriate with it. I wonder if at the end of the movie, he does. Like somewhere after the credits roll, he's fucking smacking it. Balls are slapping ass.
Well, he's only macking on her to get close to the kid.
Ooh, that's a twist. Wouldn't that be a twist if that's the reason why he's going to all this trouble? Like, nobody would really do. I don't know, man.
He's in love with his fucking niece. That'd be creepy.
It's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible.
That would be a fucking twist and a half. This whole movie's played like this, and then at the end you find out it's a pedophile.
We're in the third act, right? So this is the big bad. This is the guy that I guess like he's got a white kitten because he's you can't be hard all the time. You got to show some tenderness.
Oh, see, I was thinking he was gonna like break the cat's neck or something just to let us know how evil he is or something.
And he's one of those guys that's so pure evil that he doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't say a word.
He probably can't act. That's probably why.
No, he's probably well, he says one thing in the fight when Van Damme's getting the upper hand and shit. He goes, "You," and he kicks him again. You
will die. That's what he should have said.
You could see into my soul, but you don't own it. Like, that's a good one. Good comeback, dude. He just told you were going to fucking die, and that's what you said? I love it, man.
See, at this point, we find out that our fucking boy Lionheart, because his name ain't Leon, it's Lionheart. Fucking, they really want to make that nickname work, but he tells them like, oh yeah, I bet on myself, I'm gonna fucking win this. It's like, wouldn't it have been a more sure thing if you bet on the guy
through the fight
and just
and through the fight?
You're gonna put all of this weight, like not knowing, like when it's your niece.
He wants the glory too, I guess. I mean, he really is a selfish person.
He's such a good person that he can't throw the fight. He can't win money the wrong way.
No, but Joshua, right? That's where they got the other title, right? He's like, it's all on Attila. Like he bet against him, and he's like down, right? He's like, just stay down, man. And he's like, wrong bet. Exactly.
See, and like the whole entire movie, like that whole time leading up to that moment, he's getting his ass kicked. And then, like, finding out that his buddy bet against him gives him the strength to win the fight. Like, it's almost like...
But hold on. Joshua was in charge of the funds. Did he not lose all the money? He put it all on Attila.
Yeah.
That's the part I guess I'm missing. I can't quite remember. And it's like, oh, well, then he should have stayed down. But he goes, wrong bet. So, yeah, I don't know if he... Oh, because he fucks over Cynthia, right? So they threw it, and they all bet against him. Cynthia did, Russell. They were all fucking him over. They bet it all on Attila, but he actually beat Attila, and that's when they're, coming to collect from her, right? Remember, she tries to make a run for it, and she's getting in the limo, and they pull her, which there's a continuity error there, too, right? She's wearing, like, thigh highs or something, and when she's getting out of the limo, she's not anymore. Watch, you'll see that, too.
It's because they cut out a scene where I showed up and fucked her in the limo.
The continuity person on this job, they have one job, and it's so funny. Like, I mean, they have to know they fucked up, but it's like, oh God, they're in the editing room. Like, well, we can't afford to go do reshoots, so we just have to deal with it, right? So
we're gonna CGI her stockings back on her feet, like the mustache at the end of the Superman movie.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible. But I wonder how that shit happens though, because it really shouldn't. Your job doing that continuity shit in the wardrobe, I mean, you shouldn't fuck that up. So I have a hard time believing it is that person's fault. It probably has something to do with direction, right? Back and forth bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah, and it can always be because like little fragments of a scene gets cut out and that changes something that they did, like touch or something on the scene. But
it probably makes them feel like they look bad. Like, everybody's going to fucking get mad at me. Everybody's going to think it was us that did this. But no.
Mm-hmm. See, I always wanted to make a movie and just make like glaring continuity errors on purpose and fucking make it like impossible to not notice and just not even acknowledge them.
That's funny. And well, you got to be able to do it to make it but you can't do it in a satirical movie like a Wayne's World movie where people are expecting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It needs to be super serious, and you cast Pauly Shore and all of a sudden he's got like a gnarly fucking rash, and then his fucking face rash is gone. Yeah.
Like his stunt double for one scene is a black dude, just glaring that it's not him. Just make it as fucking obvious as possible.
I was watching a movie. I don't even remember what it fucking was though. But I was watching the show or movie the other day. It was definitely a movie where the lead actor in one scene had a total fucking bloodshot right eye, and it was out of nowhere. And I'm thinking, okay, well, are they going to write? Is this part of the movie? Or sure, they're going to inject. And even if it wasn't, they're going to inject some kind of dialogue. But no, they just never addressed it. And then next scene, he didn't have it. So it's just one of those things where it's like, fuck, dude, we got to film. Could we not like do some kind of contact?
Yeah.
But it's really awkward because no one's going to address this really weird bloodshot eye he has.
I just remembered that my idea's already been done because, like, the guy that made Happiness, he made another movie about, like, a coming-of-age story about a little girl, like, running away from home, and I think she joins a cult or something. Like, she's getting older and shit throughout the movie, and one of the older versions of her is a black girl when she was, like, white through the rest of the movie. And it was just like, oh, yeah, that'll be funny. No one, just a continuity error.
We're missing a badass song right now. No mercy, it's winner take all. It's got this injected like 80s song.
Amazing.
And everybody had to rip off Eye of the Tiger. Everybody had to have their Eye of the Tiger song. And it's like a layover from the 80s, right? You know, when in the movies in the early 90s where they didn't really know the 80s were done with and grunge was moving in. So these early 90s action movies still had like the Foreigner type songs. Like, no, it's done. There's James Woods.
Exactly. That's when I noticed, like, fucking James Woods, the mirror universe where he didn't get acne growing up, didn't fucking had to, like, see, they should, like, get him to be a shill for Proactive. Like, this is what'll happen.
All right, so Gene Simmons, final fight.
Amazing.
Why is this guy so deadly? He looks like he would lose in a foot race. I mean, just kind of stay away from him. He's really big. Looks like he weighs a lot.
Yeah, but fucking he beats the shit out of our boy here. And then, like, at the end, he comes back, even with the handicap, and then proceeds to beat him. Even though, like, through most of the fight, he doesn't touch him.
I mean, come on, man. It's a Rocky story. He's got to win.
Amazing. It's almost like the guy wrote the movie who's playing this character.
But you see the parallel, right? It's basically blood sport with a different setup. Different story around it, but it's like
but usually you make it usually you try to make it a little more fucking believable. Like, fucking, it's not so one sided.
Like, does this shit really exist? These underground weird like fight club circuits that are this. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you can have all these elite people involved in weird like underground sex things. What? Apparently
there was a story that came out not that long ago about a substitute teacher who had a fight club at one of his schools.
Oh, nice.
With the fucking kids he was teaching or something.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's genius. That's what you do.
Why don't they make a movie about that? That's a good movie.
Exactly.
It's basically Cobra Kai.
Get real kids to play them and actually beat the shit out of them on screen too.
Oh, and guess what? I mean, he found the weakness. Look, naughty. And isn't this always a trope too? Like, there's a weakness, right? That gets exploited, right?
It's basically nailing him in the rib is his weakness, which is basically anybody's weakness, really.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, look at him just beating the fuck out of that rib. Oh.
Fuck your rib.
Yeah, fuck the McRib too. Some guy.
Gotta make the movie.
Yeah. Some guy at my day job, he was talking about how he's excited for the McRib coming back, and I'm like, oh, why? Anyway, and then one of my bosses, the next week we had a meeting, and he was like, at his recommendation, I'd never had one, and he was so excited about it, I went and bought a McRib, and I fucking regret it. I had diarrhea. Like,
you should have told him, like, well, if you ask them to give you the McRib without the sauce on it, and you look at it, it's literally like an aborted fetus. Like, that's why they're so limited. Like, they can only sell them at one time of the year.
I mean, look. If you really miss the McRib when it's gone, just go to any gas station and buy the same damn sandwich wrapped up because they have it in the frozen section.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they basically they're just fucking they're manufacturing your love of it because you only get it once.
Yeah, the McRib is back. It's all marketing. It's all bullshit.
If it was there all the time, no one would get it, and that's exactly why it's not there all the time. Because apparently,
and if it was really fucking delicious as shit, they would never get rid of it because they wouldn't need to do that to sell it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a permanent item, and no one got it, so they just got rid of it. And then whenever they bring it back, they figured out like, oh, it's a big marketing thing. It's a nice way to make money off of it.
It's dumb. Does anybody still eat Burger King, by the way? I don't eat fast food really, but does anybody eat Burger King? Because it seems like there's not that many Burger Kings anymore. I think they closed a lot of them down. And there's like a weird 10-to-1 ratio between McDonald's and Burger Kings. I mean, they still exist, but...
It's weird because I would say the Whopper is a better burger than the Big Mac.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. And there was a time, I did long days gone, but I remember there was a time like 2003 when I was still a teenager and working my job, man. I used to, on the way home, I used to get 2 or 3 fucking Whoppers because, I don't know, back then I didn't gain weight or whatever. It fucking went right through me. And they were like, they'd run them on sale for $1 all the time. $1 Whoppers, man. And I'm like, I guarantee you $1 probably costs, what, $5 now?
Oh, did you see that? That was fucking, dude looks like a lady sitting behind those 2 characters, Tom Poe and Steven Tyler. You look back there.
Oh.
Yeah, like, fuck. Yeah, I always thought their fries were better than McDonald's, too.
Nah, I disagree there.
A lot of people were like, oh, their fries, they taste like paste. I was like, yeah, it still tastes better than McDonald's, though.
Nah, they're serviceable, but McDonald's, I mean, their fries is their claim to fame. Like, nobody can quite emulate them perfectly.
Never liked them. The best fast food
like
fries.
Arby's.
Go ahead.
No, clearly, go ahead.
The best fast food fries, I would say, is Long John Silver's donk fries.
Yeah, those are good. Well, oh look, it's all on Attila. Wrong bet. We'll see. Unlike the McRib, I think there's McDonald's food where I kind of want to vomit every time I smell one. I'm driving past it, but every now and a blue moon, it's like I don't know why I'm craving it. I just want to eat a McDonald's. But I think it's one of those things where if I did eat it, I'd be like, oh God, this is terrible.
I remember their breakfast sandwiches. Like if I'd eat them too fast.
The McGriddle?
No, I'm talking about
you remember that McGriddle?
Burger King. I remember there was a long time where every morning almost I was getting like McDonald's or Burger King breakfast, and I remember that was like their breakfast sandwiches were it had that weird thing where like if it's too early and you eat it, it makes you want to throw up, but any other time it doesn't. It was weird.
Look at that. They're doing that thing where they all one guy starts clapping and they all start clapping together.
A slow clap.
Burger King, they do hash brown medallions, don't they? Unlike McDonald's, where they do the traditional hash brown patty.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I worked at a Burger King for one day.
Really?
When I was 16, yeah. It was fucking terrible.
Really?
The next day on my lunch break, I just walked over next door and I got a job at this independent, local sandwich shop run by this guy. I'm pretty sure it was a file, and the rest was history.
Amazing.
I worked there for 3 months and then I walked out after, I exploded on the fucking dude. I mean, not like my cum, that sounded sexual, but there was a big blow up. All right, yeah.
Did it involve a kid?
No. I love it. He just kicks Russell. I love it.
Russell? How did you get a job? Fucking President Clinton. You had sex with President Clinton?
See, yeah, so she was going to screw all these bigwigs out of their money, and she told them to all vote on the Lionheart, pumping him up as the guy, and she voted against him knowing, hey, he can't win. And, this rich wig's going to be fucking excited, man, because she has made him a shit ton of money.
It's like who's that chick that's running in Georgia that made money because she knew the coronavirus and shit, and then she dumped all of her stock, and then she might get reelected. That's a great world we live in. I want to live in a world where people that do that get reelected. Those sideburns are dank though.
Yeah, look, she pissed.
But yeah, he should just she pissed.
Should have hit her.
He grabs her and gives her a good dicking, and then she's okay with it. She looks like she would still fuck him though.
Yeah, she's hot. She's turned on. This awkward quiet. Who decides the fight's over? If this is just an underground street fight with no real ref, why can't this guy just get back up and say "fuck you, motherfucker" when his back's turned? It's okay. It's okay, Leo. It's okay. Great fight.
Since he didn't give him the winning blow, it's basically a draw, really. So both people win.
Let's go home. So the ending of the movie is all, like you said, they let him go. They're driving and they just tell him to get out. And he comes running above the hill. Da, 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 right. And they're playing that music.
And he looks super fucking awkward running. Yeah. Amazing.
Look, he's all excited. Like, oh my gosh.
That Tong Po guy, though, I like how he couldn't he couldn't decide if he wanted a shave head, or it's like he wanted that skateboard bowl haircut from the 90s, but he couldn't commit to it, so it's kind of shaved. Amazing.
You got a heart, Lionheart. Don't you ever lose it. You never get back. Oh, this part breaks my heart.
Of course it does.
But he's not holding against, putting the money against him. He was just trying to, he had his best intent, right? He was trying to help him out. I've been there.
Oh, he threw him under the bus, baby. He never really liked Lionheart. He hated him from the beginning, I think.
I gotta say though, I always found their weird connection and friendship so manufactured. Like, why are they so bonded? Like, didn't they just meet like 2 days ago under a bridge?
Amazing.
You know what I mean? Like, it's really weird. I've known people for a week or a weekend or 2 weeks, never fucking talked to them again. They're hugging each other like they're blood brothers.
He took him under his wing, under his lion paw, if you will, and made him his fucking manager. Trusted him.
I mean, yeah, so fucking stupid.
See, like, if he wasn't stupid, he'd just jump in there and fuck her real quick, and then like, okay, now we can leave.
Watch, I think she doesn't have her stockings on anymore. She just had them when she got in the limo.
I told you why.
Well, I know, because she got fucked. Oh, look at that. They're gone. They're absolutely gone.
I'm actually in the scene. Like, if you look closely, they just cut out the scene where I showed up and fucked her. That's why they're not there.
You were in the back seat behind Brian Thompson. You were giving him a hand job.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, fucking both of them.
He got up while I was mid-stroke.
I mean, okay, so we're basically at the end of the movie. Do you really think this movie's bad? Come on.
I don't think it's bad. I said it was fucking, I gave it a 5 out of 10. I was neutral with it.
I'm going to read some comments, though. It's about that time. So, starting with, and I'll stop for a second so I can see him running over the hill here in a second because I love it. On Married with Children, It's a Bundyful Life, which got some decent hits over the holiday, but obviously we pissed off a few people. Lenny Wood said, "So, where is the episode?" All caps. "Just a couple of guys shooting the breeze. Get the fuck out." Or go fuck yourself is what he says, sorry. And then of course Zach chimed in. "That's what a commentary is." That's what it says. Oh, yeah. And then he this is what you don't do. Don't fucking fight back when Zach's commenting. And this guy took the bait. He says, "The commentary is longer than the episode itself. Are you kidding? And I also gave you 1 downvote." Ha! Like that's something. Like many others probably also thought this was the episode itself since you're running 2-1 negative. Ha! Gotcha. Type of thing. And then you're like, why would the commentary be shorter than the episode? We watch the show and talk about it. It's a commentary track for the show. These are all words, and we're doing exactly what they mean. Like, yeah, his argument, it makes sense. Like, wait, his argument is that our commentary is longer than the show. Like, yeah, you should know it's not the episode when the fucking the video is longer.
Amazing, smart guy.
And like I said, it's in the title. In the title.
That's what's that kid's name from that show? Smart guy.
Taj Mowry. Is that Taj Mowry?
That's Taj Mowry.
Taj Mowry. I'm not gonna like your comment, Lemmy Wood, because I don't want to like cancel out your dislike, which you're so proud to have dissed us with. Oh, I got you a downvote. I like this Ford Shiratagi, this clear bot where it's like some hot Asian chick and she says "hi boys" with like kiss emojis and heart emojis. It's like a bot.
Exactly.
I love Mendoza, just, "Hey, sexy bitch," just doing it. And then, Well, This Machine Kill says, "I want to Ford you in the sheer tag."
Exactly. See, wouldn't that be funny if it turned out that was a real person?
and she like just wanted our dicks.
She's getting fucking bombarded.
It's so funny. Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, the producer's cut commentary. Ishmael Premier, he says, "I'm listening to a Halloween commentary just days before Christmas. That's how much holiday spirit I have."
Dog.
Hell yeah. But that's not a very, I mean, they're both shitty cuts. Okay, what? Oh, well, they're not going to let him go just yet. Get out.
What's with the fucking theatrics if they're already like, "Oh yeah, he's a nice guy, let's let him go"?
But why didn't they just tell him then? Why do they have to why do they have to put on this big show, drive him up the block?
What if this backfired and like the wife and daughter and his buddy fucking just shot themselves in the head as he's driving off?
Like if somebody pulled this prank on the guy from The Mist, and then he goes back to his family and they all killed themselves.
Exactly.
No, he killed his kids in that movie. My bad. But yeah. Why do they have to do it? Why not just tell him then? They clearly knew they were going to let him go, right? Because they didn't say a single word to each other. It was clearly part of a plan. But let's drive him up the block so we can have this big emotional scene where he's running. And okay, great, the theatrics. Why can't they drive him back? Like, hey, go walk 2 blocks. Your punishment enough.
That's so awkward looking. His fucking strut.
Yeah, it is weird looking. Yeah.
Amazing.
Hey, wait. So Joshua was hanging out with him after he left. That's not awkward.
Yeah, he's gonna go in there and fuck the wife.
Was he gonna move in? Look at him chewing his gum. Isn't that weird? Why is he just chewing gum?
Is he?
Yeah, he's chewing gum.
You forgot to spit it out before they fucking press record?
Look, he's still chewing gum. See him?
Amazing.
His mouth's going. I don't know why it's so fucking weird.
Oh, it's because they cut the scene where he had to they gave an ultimatum. It's like suck our dicks and we'll let you go or fucking we can go back. And he made his choice and he's chewing gum to get the taste out of his mouth.
Indeed. American History X. Maria Jose Valles just simply said liar, but they misspelled it Lier. If I said this once, I've said it a million times. If you're going to insult us or leave negative comments like that, don't open yourself up for blow by grammatical errors or spelling errors. It makes you look so stupid.
Amazing.
Liar. Rhonda Fisher is liar.
Rhonda Fisher, exactly. Sam Craven.
Pet Cemetery 2 commentary by Adrian Mendoza, the one and only Omega. First of all, he lists a laundry list of quotes. He says, "Dad is better! Daddy got a boo-boo. Here it comes. Here it fucking comes. Sally, no! She's not your mom, Jeff. I never had anyone die before. I love you more." And he says, "I've heard you guys quote from this movie so many times over the years. I'm glad I finally got to watch this movie while listening to this hilarious commentary. I really enjoyed this film. I like it a bit more than the first. I thought the little chubby kid had more screen time than Furlong and is way more likable. Furlong has really nothing to do until the third act. Thanks for doing this commentary. Will the Furlong exploitation continue next year? By the way, you can catch this film on Tubi for free."
Real quick, that first quote, what is it? What does it say?
Dad is better! Dad is better.
Dad is better, because we realize you guys always thought it said Daddy's all better or something like that.
Yeah, well, Daddy's better. Yeah, Daddy's all better. When I was a kid, I always thought she was saying Daddy's all better. Well, you know why that was? Is because I saw Pet Cemetery 2 before I saw Pet Cemetery 1, so I didn't get the connection, right?
Yeah.
The Dad is better thing. Dad is better. So I didn't get it.
Yeah, why is she quoting Judd from the first? No one was there to hear Judd say that.
That's why you can't fault a little kid for not knowing that's what the fuck she said.
That was the tagline of the original. It was all the marketing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so in context, Daddy's better, Daddy's all better made more sense because he's trying to help his dad out and his dad's trying to coerce him to come in. Like, she's not your mom, Jeff. Let's get out of here. And I thought that it's like, okay, she's clearly talking about the fucked up dad and stay with me. Daddy's all better. Like, leave him alone. He's fine. So that's why I made it seem like it made sense to me. Dead is better didn't make sense at the time. But to answer your question, Mendoza, yeah, dude, we gotta continue Furlong exploitation because we've yet to do Animal Factory. I don't know what other movies we haven't done yet, but I know we haven't done Animal Factory, and that's one we've talked about.
Imagine an Animal Factory with all fucking Eddie Furlongs. You just go to the zoo of Eddie Furlongs and look at all of them in their cages. I like that Eddie Furlong. Look at that Eddie Furlong. It's so cute. Can we take it home?
I answered him. I told him that in the comments, and he actually piggybacked onto it and also said, I'm surprised you guys never did a commentary highlights edit for this one. By the way, I'm giving you guys a preemptive congratulations on your 5,000 subs, which, by the way, we did cross that, and that was my personal goal by year's end to hit 5,000, and we smashed that and went past it, and I'm stoked. And, I sent out a little video to everybody just showing our gratitude and wishing a happy New Year's and all that stuff. So that is fucking cool. It's really neat to be entering the new year with being past a certain threshold. And I think it's just hopefully 6,000, 7,000 comes a lot faster because it seems, they come a little quicker. I'm waiting for us to hopefully hit a point where it just really starts to come a lot faster, where it's not just, okay, the next 1,000 is going to be quicker than the previous 1,000. Hopefully the next 5,000 is a lot quicker than the first 5,000. But, but we're super appreciative. Super appreciative.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and like your other comments there, Mendoza. Let's see here. Jack Frost commentary. Some guy by the name of that guy says first. Which is weird because I'm not sure. Is he really the first person to comment? That's kind of unlikely. Let me see. There's got to be more comments. Hold on.
I think I looked.
Damn.
Yeah.
So everybody else was slipping on that one, man. Everybody was sleeping.
That's an old commentary. Nobody fucking commented on it.
Damn. Well, that guy. Does that mean you're that guy that always says first, or does that have any relation to it? Well, thank you.
Popped the cherry.
Well, thank you for popping the cherry. Hopefully you dug the episode. That guy. On the Santa Claus commentary, I think that's the last one we did for the month of December, our Christmas exploitation. David Capper says, great session, but I'm just not a Tim Allen fan. I remember seeing his very early stand-up in late nights, 80s on the Montreal, quote, Just for Laughs festival show on TV, and I just didn't connect with it, so I skipped on watching this movie, and I just listened in with you guys. I'm also discovering that I really just don't like Christmas movies in general. So with everything going on in the world, he says, pandemics, elections, riots, fascists, anti-fascists, anti-anti-fascists, anti-anti-fascist, fascists, etc.
Anti-FIFA.
Yeah, anti-FIFA. I thought I would close out my 2020 comments with a story I'm sure the whole BTM family will enjoy. The Isai Morales story. We've been begging for this one. All right. And I actually didn't read it beforehand. I wanted to read it on the air fresh. The year is 2009. And I was playing guitar for a local pop diva, slowly climbing her way up the top 40 ranks. Included in this band were the singer, a short but curvy, beautiful blonde songstress, Mike, the cool guy rock and roll bass player, myself, and Rohana, a tall Model-esque go-go dancing funk drummer who looked like a young Terry Hatcher. Really, young Terry Hatcher is fucking the right Terry Hatcher. It was Rohana that had met Isai at one of her gigs, dancing on stage with a local house DJ, and they had struck up fast and toured a fair as he was only up here in Vancouver for a short time, filming some sort of Stargate spinoff or some dumb shit. And she invited him to our latest gig. Upon telling me this bit of exciting news, I told her I was a big La Bamba fan and that Mr. Morales' character of Bob was a pivotal cinematic memory for me. She said, he'll probably love to hear it, but just don't geek out on him when we're hanging out after the show. So, with a young giddiness in my mind, I began to not only rehearse the song for that night as to play them perfectly for Mr. Morales, but also rehearsed how I was going to meet him and what I was going to say. It went something like this. Hello, Mr. Morales. I'm a big fan of your work, and thanks for coming to our show. I hope you enjoyed it. That's it. That's what I was going to say. I rehearsed it. So when I met Isai, I knew exactly what to say and not see just Bob from La Bamba. The show went great. I played all of the songs really well. The band was super tight. And as we packed up, my focus turned to finally sitting down and meeting Mr. Morales. I walked out onto the patio and see that the band had gathered at a table where Mike, the bass player, and his super cool biker girlfriend were on the side, and on the other side were Mr. Isai Morales and his lap filled with Rohana, and on one knee, and our lead singer Tara on the other. Oh, he had both bitches on his knees? Neat. In front of them, a table covered with half-full Corona bottles and empty shot glasses. I paused for a moment to take in the image. Please do the same, he says. I take one large breath and I put my hand out ready to say the line I had rehearsed. But before I could, the band sound guy, Jeremy, pops his head out from inside the bar and says, "Hey, I accidentally bought an extra beer. Does anybody want it?" And without missing a beat, Mr. Morales says, and he says in quotations, "Please say the next part with your best East LA Cholo accent." Okay, so the Bob. "Oh, shit, we'll burn it down for you, Holmes."
Hell yes.
He said, "Ah, shit, we'll burn it down for you, Holmes." That's funny. He laughed, as did the entire table. And with that, I stopped dead in my tracks and realized that with girls in his lap, shots on the table, and drinks on the way, I wasn't looking at Isai Morales anymore. No, I was looking at Bob. I remember the world stopping and the bottom of my reality falling away. Bob was real. Bob was a real guy, and he's here. I pull up a chair, and Rohana introduces me, and Mr. Morales begins holding court on the patio of Grandsville Island Backstage Lounge, entertaining all of us with stories of adventures in film and TV, meeting the Gypsy Kings, and riding along with cops to study for roles until the wee hours. It was quite the night. At closing time, we would gather up our things and we all head out to our respective cars and pack it in for the night. As we're leaving, I walk out next to Mr. Morales and finally say to him, "Great to meet you. I'm a huge fan." And I go to shake his hand. He grabs my hand, gives it a firm but slightly inebriated shake, and pauses. He then says something that I will never forget. Quote, hey man, you're like really good. We should jam." I could have died.
Yeah.
I could have died. In that moment, I saw the end of La Bamba acted out, just with me, guitar in hand, and Bob running up the hill in slow motion as that 50 slide guitar melody played out. Yeah, I love that.
Amazing.
No. The Shadows. Alas, this jam never came to pass. The band broke up soon after due to fights over money. That shitty Stargate spinoff was canceled after 2 episodes, and Mr. Morales and I never did jam. But I'll always remember what Isai said. "Oh, shit, we'll burn it down for you, Holmes." Truer words have never been spoken. May we all burn it down for you, Holmes, in 2021. Happy New Year, gentlemen. See you on the other side, D. And he quoted Buddy Holly, "The sky belongs to the stars."
Amazing. What if Isai was really just predicting like a big fire happening in like the area or something? That would have been crazy.
Well, he said, "We'll burn it down for your home." So he's predicting the own fire he was going to start.
Exactly.
So, fuck yeah, dude. That's fucking awesome, man.
I wonder what would it have thrown him off if he said that, like, fucking, I like, he, like, I'm just going to go up to him and say, "I'm Westside Morales, and I'm the real fucking star, and you're trying to steal my fucking shit." And like, they just start fighting, like the classic fucking, I'm the real, character. Like, anytime there's an evil twin, it's like, oh, they get mixed up, and it's like, I'm the real, your real friend, he's the imposter. Amazing.
The last thing I'll mention is, I mentioned previously that I'd posted a Happy New Year video just thanking everybody for all the support throughout not just 2020, but all the years prior and helping us cross our milestone. A lot of you guys commented on that video. A lot of the same stuff. Everybody's being congratulatory and thanking us for being there. And I just want to sort of reiterate the message that I said in the video. 2020 was a shit year. I mean, that's stating the obvious. I know what it's like to listen to podcasts, and Zach and I do. And, I think these people that are deeming entertainment not essential or important jobs are full of shit. Because I know for a fact when we were at the height of like lockdown, dude, I was appreciating the content creators out there that were staying on schedule, right? Because it was giving me shit to look forward to. And I was really taking notice of the ones that kind of dropped the ball and weren't. And it really means a lot to people that are sort of on the edge or everybody was dealing with the whole pandemic situation to some degree. Obviously, some people worse, but even down to just being stir crazy. Entertainment's important. So a lot of you guys were saying the same thing about us, and that we were here and we were always uploading and things like that. And I just want to say the feeling's mutual, because just the fact that we had this podcast and we had people that are willing to sacrifice precious time. I mean, there's a lot of competition out there for your time. The fact that you guys are listening every week, it's quite humbling. And so it was the exact same way for us to have something to do every week and an audience that would, wanted to hear, us bozos talk for just a couple hours. So it worked it was the same. So it really meant a lot to me as well. I'm sure. Am I speaking for you too, Zach?
Hell yes.
Yeah. So thanks to everybody that commented on it. I'll just kind of list your names, man. Shout outs to Billy the Kid Lawrence, Bloodless RVC, Gio Kalunga, Adam Forbes. By the way, I'm gonna highlight you because I don't think you've ever commented. Have you? Has Adam Forbes ever commented?
Not sure.
I don't think so. I think this is proof. This is one of our silent listeners, right? He says, "Congrats on 5K. You guys always keep me going during the hard times. So big love. Keep doing what you're doing." So Adam, you're proof that we obviously have a lot of listeners that don't comment all the time. So we want to acknowledge all you guys too. We have the usual suspects that we love reading your comments every week. But to the people that are just quiet, I feel you, man, because I listen to a lot of shit and I don't comment, you know? So we appreciate all you guys too. And Adam, thank you so much for that. Also, shout out to Will, Gamer Guy Reviews, Maxwell Unash, who recommended we also do a commentary for the 1998 movie Godzilla, starring multiple Oscar nominee Matthew Broderick as well in the comments. We might have to have some sort of Godzilla exploitation sometime. Let's see. And shout outs to our boy, the GOAT from the movie Graveyard. And of course, Adrian, the one and only Mendoza, fucking Omega himself. All you guys, and David Capper too, man. You weren't on this video, but dude, you bless us with your big fucking tails on almost every, your big dick too, on every episode. And we always look forward to your stories, man. And I still don't know how you have all these stories, you know, but
because the fucking Chad.
Yeah, man.
Everybody listening to this show is a fucking Chad.
All right, man. Well, so anyway, thank you. That's all we got for the episode. And we look forward to, I don't know if Zach looks forward to the rest of Jean-Claude January, but I do. But let us know before too long, like when this video comes out, be sure to comment on it and let us know the direction we should take Jean-Claude January. I said Jean-Claude January. Jean-Claude January. And how you want it to go. Because there's tons of movies to pick from. Because like I said, I think we definitely have to do Kickboxer because Zach's never seen it and I think it is the best. But the other half, we could easily just kind of have fun with some of them, right? So, all right, guys. So that's it. Remember, a reminder, like the video if you didn't already. Subscribe to us if you're new to the channel. Make sure you're following us on all the podcast formats, you know, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, whatever, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, all that good shit. You know, leave a nice feedback, 5-star rating over there. It'll help out the same way it helps over here on YouTube when you comment or like something, helps us in the algorithm. And if you guys want to support any extra, what?
Join the Discord because,
Oh, is that official? Okay. So basically, if you guys want to support us extra, we do have a Patreon. And on that Patreon, we have the normal content goes up early. I mean, that's sort of a standard. We also have some bonus content. Mac and Zach do a bonus Mac and Zach episode every month. Todd and I, I'll get the name eventually, have been posting some bonus videos up there. There's some reviews. We post some archive shit. The lost phone call that never should have been. The prank call that almost destroyed a friendship. A lot of cool goodies are up there. And Zach and I have committed to doing the entire Ash vs. Evil Dead series up there in commentary as bonus for Patreon exclusive. There's a few episodes up now of that. And as well on the Patreon, we have a private Discord that we're going to have it going live by the end of the month sometime. We'll keep you guys posted. But basically, if you guys are part of the Patreon, you'll have access to this private Discord chat where we're going to start monitoring and letting you guys join in when we do these commentaries. So it's not going to take away the natural recorded flow of them. They're not going to turn into quote unquote live episodes. We're going to do exactly what we're doing right now. But for those of you on Patreon, you're going to be able to be there while we're recording it live. And you guys can submit your questions and all that good stuff. And then at the end of the show, typically where we're also reading listener comments on YouTube, we're also going to take your comments. And you know what? I think we can even unmute you and have you ask it if you like on the show. That way, you know, we did the commentary as normal, and then you can comment live. Basically, hey, did we fucking drop the ball or did we miss some facts? You can call us out right on the fucking show. I don't give a shit in the last 5 minutes. Like, yeah, you know, I was biting my tongue the whole time. We were talking about that fade and disappearing tattoo, and you guys are total betas. There's a total scene where they bought, you know, whatever. But I think it's a really fun idea. So all that shit and more is on the Patreon. And, you know, it's really for the price of a basic bitch black cup of coffee per month will get you a lot of content. And we want to keep the content rolling too. So, and everybody that's on there, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. And we can't thank you enough. And you know what? If you can't afford it, that's fine too, man. We appreciate you listening anywhere you can get it. But another place you can support us as well is Teespring. We got a lot of designs and shirts out there. Only the most quality of shit is on there from the majority of all of our programs. Peruse the link and see if there's something out there you want to get for that special someone or yourself. Teespring always kisses back a nice percentage of each one of those sales. So But that's it. Zach, do you want to promote any Mac and Zach or anything else coming down the pipeline? You were just on Goat Show again, right? New Year's Evil?
We did New Year's Evil, baby. We recorded that before we recorded the fucking Christmas one. We're like making little like jokes about how like, man, Christmas, it came and went. I don't even remember it. It's like it didn't even happen. Like, that's why. But, yeah, we recorded that a while back, and you can hear it, baby. It's donk. And like, if you didn't know, Mac and Zach, we did a fucking New Year's Eve drunken commentary for Jack Frost with Michael Keaton. It's up on the Patreon, babe.
Hell yeah, man. All right, guys. So that's it. Keep the comments rolling. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us what you know what you want us to maybe do in the new year. We're always going to take your suggestions to heart, and we want it to be the best year yet. So, all right, guys. Till next time, the continuation of Jean-Claude January. Bye-bye, puppets.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore. A slasher with a knife and the girl next door. And 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye, puppets. Zach Pete and a solo cut band. Couldn't this crew Cameron's loving. Josh's Scott failed and Riverman's babe. Bye-bye, puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.